There we go. Hello, people. Trying to figure out my settings today, chat. Alright. So, yeah, last time we had a little bit of a internet oopsie. Ethernet decided once again it's just gonna stop working. I don't know why. But it is what it is, so we deal. I hate it. It's like all week it's functioning, no problems whatsoever, and then what was it? I think it was like 2 days in a row it decided to cut out at different points. I just don't get it. Anyway, that problem is solved. I also think I fixed the output problems. It looks good on my side. I don't know about you guys, but I think I was able to fix what was causing the screen to look so dark on your end. I think it was stuff on my PS5 and like the output settings and things on how the capture card like got it. I think there were problems there, and I think I fixed that. Emphasis on think. Correct me if I'm wrong. Oh. Oh, hello. God, that looks so bad. I know it's a nightmare, but it looks so bad like this. But you can see the other cathedral there. There's the garden. Flower petals. I like this. Alrighty. Let's do this too. Get the brightness down now that it's normal. Okay. God, this area looks way too dark now, though, for my taste. There, that looks normal. Was that hat always there? I hope not. Hey, Xavier, good to see ya. Hey, Arberg. Hey, Darcy. Wow, you guys just suddenly flooded the chat. Good to see ya. Hey, bud, how's it going? Howdy, good evening. It's going okay. Like I was saying at the start of the stream, I think I fixed the output stuff. It should look better for you guys. It should be looking what I'm seeing on my screen, you're seeing on yours. So it shouldn't look as dark as it was last time. I'm sure if you compared the research halls that we were doing, you would notice. I figured out what the issue is, I think, because it's fixed. But again, my little lizard brain does not know what the hell I'm doing when it comes to technology, so we shall see. Yeah, looks about right. Let's see if we can get one with the head away, so that way we get more of the flower in the shot. Yeah, like that. Not perfect. Need to time it better. What I don't like about this screenshot button is it requires you to click it twice if you want to do multiple screenshots, so it kind of wastes your thing. It doesn't let you, like, rapid shot. I guess that's what this is for. Or this, but eh. I'm not here to record clips. Yeah, it looks good. I like it. Xavier beat me to it. Not first comment. Ree! You guys just went, I just look at the chat and suddenly it's like boom, 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 boom. You guys really all were pumping out trying to be the first one there. It's okay by me. I'm fine with that. Let's see. Again, we'll take another shot of the eyeballs. Because why not? They're eyeballs. Hmm. Oh. I just beat a patient with a gun. I don't know how I feel about that. I just shot him point blank in the head. Uh-huh. Well, if you've lost your legs, that's one way to get around. Uh-huh. I see. Okay. Because I know how this is gonna go. Oh. Uh-huh. They're part dog. I see. Oh no, they're worse than part dog. Oh. And they can't be. Okay. You know that Bloodborne was designed to be a frantic game when you keep on getting health after it's already dead. It's like, die, die, die! Oh wait, it's already dead. Oh, a hunter. Uh-huh. Let's just get a nice little shot of that. Nice little empty chair. Let's wait until this fog disappears again on some of this stuff. See, just gotta be patient, chat. It's all good. I'm sure Loki doesn't have a favorite. Yeah, I don't pick favorite among my chat children. Except for you. Alrighty, let's see. But hi to you too, Arbor. Yeah, hi to everybody. Great to see you guys. Hey, FPS Ninja. Tortured Albinorics use the same model as these patients. Oh, is that so? That's actually kind of cool. I wonder if it's the same voice clips too. It actually kind of sounds familiar. That guy looks like he lost more than just his legs. No, his arms are just tied in chains, it looks like, so... Well, okay. I guess if you're talking about it like he lost his marbles, then yeah. Yeah, sure. That's true. Guy's never gonna be the same, that's for sure. Maria, what have you done? Listen. She's just trying to lessen their suffering. Don't blame her. She's just the help. Probably the same principles as damaging joint HP bars during a boss's dying animation. What's that in reference to, Night Scout? Damaging joint HP bars during the boss's dying. Oh, I see what you're talking about, right? With the whole regaining health and all that. Gotcha. Yeah, probably something like that where you hit the body and things. I knew it was the Fave out of all your seconds. Oh no, it got out. Let's see. Anything else we want in this room? Yeah, so, this is cool. Oh no, that's not what I wanted. Let's see. Wait, we have to do the special trick. How to get the player out of the shot without me moving it too bad. Woo. There we go. I don't think we need a close-up of that, right? We just need the device itself so people get the idea. Oh yeah, this looks pretty medieval. This doesn't look like science. This looks a little Mengelian. Okay, anything we care about here? No. Let's just go up. It's because I'm not afraid to call you a weeb. Darn it. You figured me out. I'm a masochist. Getting HP, hitting something once it's... Yeah. The regain effect. That lantern might have helped with the chair photo earlier. Maybe. I don't know, because the chair was really in the background, so I'm not sure if the lantern would have hit that far. But it was fine. I was happy with the lighting as is. Skull drill. Skull drill. Yeah, just you know, casually drill into the skull. Get some of that arcane essence put in there. Loki trying to get feet pics of this guy in the chair. I can't let it be known I'm secretly Miyazaki. Otherwise, they'll figure out where I get all the lore from. Hey. We got that shortcut there. Okay. Is there any... Right, the stupid rats that fell from the ceiling, because of course. There's Maria's door. Darn. I was hoping I could get a shot of... Again, this is gonna be another case of, if only I could, Oh, wait. Nah. Just doesn't work with the camera centered around the player here. Again, moments where I wish I could just turn my character invisible. Or, again, just have a laydown animation. FromSoft, please. Your Dark Souls 3 laydown animation was the greatest thing in existence. Like, please, give me the Gilligan just just lay down. I can't believe I say this, but Gilligan has made the greatest contributions to Dark Souls lore. Let's go this way. I think we've been this way already, so we should be good. This might be useful to get a shot of the mirrors with the lantern on. We'll see. Okay, yeah, nothing here. God, how many echoes have I been... Oh, gosh, I have enough for a level up. I gotta remember that. Those corpses on the tables look like they'd be good to elaborate on the skull drill for more photos. Yeah, maybe I should look back at them and check. Looks like more scalpels were, stabbed into some of those people, too. Yeah, we already got shots of that. That's good. Oh, I googled it. It's called, tree panning, it seems. Trepanning? Tree panning? Gonna have to look into that. Thanks for mentioning it, though, Xavier. I'll have to remember it. Trepanning, tree panning. You're denying Sullivan the credit for killing Gilligan! Okay, I admit it. Sullivan is truly the greatest contributor to Souls lore. He was like, Gilligan, you have served me well, but you know you could serve the world better? By being dead. What? What was that? Ay. Just give me Gilligan face down, Loki. 2023? No, don't quote me out of context. Don't clip that, please. Actually, wait a second. That might get me more subscribers. So, okay, clip away. I will sell up my dignity. So that way more people can see Dark Souls lore. There we go. Ay. Oh god, the climbing never ends. It's the climb that never ends. It just goes on and on, my friends. Also, I don't remember killing this guy. My memory. My goldfish memory. Okay, so we have to be below the clock tower still, right? Okay, now correct me if I'm wrong. These are bells you would normally see in a clock tower, right? Because they chime when the clock tower rings. God, research hall must be so awkward then. It's like you're just doing your work and then you hear these things echo throughout the whole building. Like, oh god, that must be awful. Well, I'm pretty sure that's how this works, right? Of course. Have fun. Yeah, that's what I thought. You're not what I wanted. Okay, okay, let's just first make sure we're out of his aggro sight range or some shit. Because I have no idea how their, patrol path goes. Hmm. Oh, I see it now. I see how this works. Okay. That's cool. I know how we're getting our shot then. Just gotta wait. Yeah, there we go. There we go, Mr. Ratburger. Along with Mrs. Ratburger. I wish the fog didn't decide to come back right when I want to take my shot, but... C'est la vie. Can't get everything we want in life. This is also a moment where we can actually turn the fog down a little bit with the brightness. Thrilling gameplay, chat. We get to watch rats as they patrol in a circle. Truly, I present you the deepest of lore. Again, I'd prefer not to get the shot with that little item in the background because it annoys the hell out of me that it's there. So let's just wait until our friends pass by. Yeah, you keep doing that, buddy. Again, we're not going to lift anything. I want to go through this area one more time, normally. Hey, hey, give up. Yeah, give up. Give up. I'm not the one you're looking for. Oh. Alright. Hurry while we have no fog! Good. I am satisfied with this. This I'm not satisfied, though, with, so let's, get shots of this. Again, these are all mechanisms for the clock tower, as well as for the experiment building proper. This might also benefit if we get a wider angle, so let's go back here. Yeah. Look at that, chat. Look at all those bells! Let's get this too, so... okay. Okay. Now let's go embarrassingly die with all these echoes on hand. I don't think I've ever tried to repost a frickin'... Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if I can do it. Never tried before, but I don't think I can. Just to be safe. Yeah, I see you, Lever. You're tempting. Ah, what's matter? I can't get you while that item is there. A shot of all of you is pointless. Yeah. Yeah, I get it. There we go. Bloodstone chunk. What a shocker. Yeah, water, whatever. Yeah, okay, we're good here. I don't know why. Just felt like killing that guy in particular. Felt a little sadistic in that moment. Oh, these aren't doors. I think we have to pull the lever to move that stuff up, right? So, that we don't need to do. Uh-huh. Gosh, that clock tower sounds so ominous up there. With all the clanking and clinging. It's like, oh boy. Oh, there it is. There's how you get up. Oh my god, you guys have commented so much. Medieval drilling into skulls. More likely they just joke about the original Dark Ring name. that might be true. Oh, you're about to reach the really confusing crow. Makes no sense lore-wise, huh? Oh no, I don't think the crow is that confusing lore-wise, if it's the one I'm thinking of, but we'll talk about that in a sec. All these shots are going to be Healing Church analysis, right? Yeah, probably, because it's all research hall. So like all of this is going to be in Healing Church, the Healing Church thesis, which is such a monster. Like I'm going to move some stuff from Holy Blades into it because like I can't talk about the black and white uniforms in the Holy Blades when the Healing Church is going to be, at least as far as my guide page is concerned, is going to have Healing Church first. So I'm going to have to move that information there. So that's even more info I have to add. I'm trying to move out Iosefka's clinic, but I just don't think there's enough content to justify its own page. Blood Saints, I might be able to do. I might be able to do Blood Saints, like I could just shelve them. They're not that important to understanding the Healing Church's narrative, and I can just kind of put them off to the side and focus more on stuff. And other stuff in like Hemwick and things, I've talked about like the basics, but I'll elaborate it more in the Healing Church analysis, so I don't mind keeping some of the Hemwick and like Canehurst stuff there. Let's get this person too. Yeah, we get it, yeah. Brain fluid. No, yeah, but we're gonna go through all that. How's my iNet doing? Doing okay, iMan. Am I missing any other stuff? When in debt, shining coins could light something up a little. That's true. I haven't tried the shining coins, seeing how they work. I'll be at risk being jarring. Yeah, that's true. You have to be careful. It's kind of like when I use Cast Light in Dark Souls 3. I try to use it sparingly, but there's a certain times where it really works and other times where it's like, ooh, that's just too much. So yeah, it's a good tool to think about, though. Go kill the crow by the window. I shall. Also, holy crap, Loran gives so many echoes. I know, right? Like I said, once you go to Loran, it's like, you come into Loran a little pipsqueak, you come out Loran like buff, you're like, yeah, I did my gains! It's like, oh boy. Wait a second. Wait one moment. I can't get to the crow from here. Uh-huh. I see. Well. This is awkward. Uh-huh. There we go. Alright, we're going back down. We're gonna go deal with Dumb and Dumber downstairs again. Try to get some more shots of them. See if I can do anything else with them. Obviously, we're gonna get my level up too while we're at it. Also, am I forgetting something? I could have swore there's an enemy you encounter here. Am I wrong? Isn't there an NPC who we should be seeing at this point? Or do I have to move the gate before that hunter NPC shows up? I think it's a Black Church hunter, if I recall correctly. Probably Adeline's brother, or whatever her name is. Adeline? Ada Whoosits? Ada Whatsits? God, that's a no. That was almost death. Okay, so I think I have to go up here. I could always just drop. Oh, there you are. I was wondering where you were. Buddy, pal, friend. What's your story? Ow. I get it, you're a researcher, but don't throw your surgical knives at me. Thank you. Also, you just appear. Oh. FromSoft. Yo, shut up, you. Oh. Got my brain fluid. Go away. Nope. Nope. Oh, that's awkward. Oh, that's not too awkward, though. Just ignore me! Don't get yourself killed. I want to try to get a shot of you. I don't know actually where your spawn point is. This is back down. There we go. Okay, so we still have Adeline's door we haven't opened. It's this one, right? Yeah, I haven't opened this one. So we have that door. We have this door. Okay, yeah, this is locked. Yeah, we need to do more, and then we can... Oh, you. Oh, we don't need to kill you, and we might get a shot of you later, so we'll keep you alive. Simon, you back? Yo, Simon ain't here. He's your twin. Oh god, there's so much I'm missing. Go kill the crow. Loki, do you think the modern state of the clock tower in actual Yharnam during the events of Bloodborne is actually worse than the state seen here in the Nightmare? Potentially. It's hard to say, because, again, the game doesn't let us explore those parts, right? Like, we have to presume there's some way in the Upper Cathedral Ward to get there, but we don't. Just like, you know, there's presumably some way we can get to other parts of the orphanage or something that we don't get to see the back of or whatever, right? Like, that's just kind of the thing when you go with Dark Souls and Bloodborne and all these games. FromSoft titles are kind of clown cars, right? They show big, impressive stuff on the outside, but then when you have to actually explore them, they don't really make much complete logical sense or feel like they're just not stuffing as much as they need to for the required building. But the general concept of like, hey, what's happened to the experiment building? Okay, let's assume that the research hall, for whatever the current state of it was decommissioned, right? Like, those experiments didn't work out too well. They're done. It's no longer around, right? They turned that... They obviously added the orphanage, and that was, like, the main focus of them afterwards, but they continued probably doing experiments and stuff there, and the building is there, so it has to be used for something. So, like, at the very least, it's storage, at worst. At most likely, it's probably more places for them to experiment, probably house researchers, etc. So yeah, whether you consider that worse or better, I don't know. If it's the idea is like, hey, maybe there's even more terrible horrors that have been unleashed there. I mean, maybe. The only indications we get is what we see from the choir in the Upper Cathedral Ward we do explore. So again, I can imagine inside, like, the rest of the facility, deeper inside, like, you know, the inner depths of the Healing Church, the choir's done some pretty screwed up things. So maybe there's even worse stuff hiding in there. Who knows? Maybe a Bloodborne sequel will retroactively kind of insert that into the continuity. You never know. They could always expand on that. That's not even a body anymore, it's just a head now. Yep, very true. Do you think they decapitated that person, or did the mutation devour their body? I think the latter, because we see some without heads, and we see some heads without bodies. So, and again, we saw the chained up guy who's, like, missing his legs, and he's, like, chained up from the arms. So again, I think it's just a matter of the Healing Church is doing all sorts of Mengele-style experiments, just be like, this is for science! Just to try to see if something works, right? But if we get rid of the body and it's just the head, and therefore it's more, there's the ratio of arcane to this corporeal flesh has now been completely shifted, you know, like some crazy, like, theory like that, right? Or maybe not, we get the brain fluid, right? The Hunter NPC is on a lower level. He could fail and die. He's your twin, and this is why paper hunter marks are your friend. Indeed. But I want to say, I like to save them as much as possible. And this area is not that hard to explore as long as you recognize that, hey, you could fall to your death. Anyway, lady, I don't want to talk to you too much, so let's first do the obligatory get rid of all of my stuff that forces me to talk to you. There we go. Oh, we want to start investing in... Yeah, we get you. No one cares about Gurman. Alright, we're now going into damage, so... Gotta get ourselves up to 16 so we can use that Holy Moonlight Sword. Okay. What else do we want to get shots of? We haven't done Lawrence yet. We can do him once we grab the skull. This might be the time where we do that, too. Hunter's Nightmare... Yeah, this will do. This shall do for now. Stay hydrated, chat. Gosh, I love water. Still here, huh, buddy?
Go on ahead. Seek nightmares and the secrets within, do not.
Are you seriously we're waiting for me to talk to you again for that? Oh my god. I swear, something is so weird with how Simon's spawn requirements are. I don't know what it is. Okay, we got that stuff. Yeah, we know you. We still don't have the key. We already got the shots for this, so this doesn't matter. Ow. Thanks, buddy. Again, anything we could grab from this? I don't think so. This might be a place where we might want to use the guidance, actually. So let's lure the rat boys out. Hey, boys. Come over here. I've got a very important shot. In fact, you know what? I'm going to make my life even easier. You guys come down here. You're out of the way of anything I could possibly want to do up here. Yo. Yo, girl! Come over here! Get out of that dark corner! Come on! That's it, babe. Come on. And dead. And that's how Jack the Ripper was born. That's how he did it, folks. Alrighty, let's see. What can we do here? First, let's get the lantern on. No, still the same problems as last time. I can't see any new way of getting around that. There's only so much you can do with brightness. Because it seems like the game is coded to make sure that this area is pitch black for the rat effect with the eyes. Right? Can't take off stuff while I'm... We shall... There we go. Dang it! Wish I was bald. Alright, now let us see. What if we do behind the pillars? Hear me out. What if behind the pillars we toss... Probably gonna mess this up, but... I got 62 shiny coins! Ludwig would be proud. Nope! They do jack shit in terms of casting ambient lighting. Nope. That's just not gonna work. Darn. Well, it was worth a shot. Just, we're not gonna get good shots at those graves. I assume they're the same ones used in the Cathedral Ward Plaza, so we'll just have to take a look at those and get a good shot there. When I just want to say this. Why can't I pick the coin back up? Just out of curiosity. Like, it's like, God, I could save these until the dawn, or I could use them as a guidepost. Or I could use them as the guidepost, and then pick them back up again. because they're coins. I guess my hunter is just like, oh my god, the beast scourge. I don't want to get germs. It's past the 3-second rule. Yeah, that's not gonna work. What was the thing we did last time? If I recall correctly, it was something like this. What? There we go. This, I don't think, is gonna have as much problems with the thing being in the way, so... I think. The problem with my thinking doesn't always turn out that way. Oh, no. There we go. Yeah, this we can actually get what I wanted last time, right? Because the last time it was covered with, yeah, okay, so... Okay. Nice. Alright, this may be the time where we kill them, because I think we got the stuff I wanted. I'm satisfied. Yeah, I want to get you not in the shot, so... I don't think this is necessary, but... Okay, gotta wait for the fog to decide it's not gonna block the half of the screen. Hey, Vens, good to see you in here. And let's do medium. There we go. Okay. Anything else we wanna... Oh, we never got the... Wait, because we haven't got the garden portion, that's right. Again, we have to move stuff around, and that's going to change up a lot of what we're doing. Hence why we're doing another run through here to make sure it's clean. Alright. Dang it. It's impossible to get the shot of her otherwise. Okay. We're going to do the reset here. Oh, darn it. Dang it. Gotta add it to my quick bar. There we go. Whoop! At this point, it'd probably be faster for me to run all the way back, but... I feel cheated! Stop shooting your eyeballs at me. Oh, dang it. I had my opportunity and I messed it up. That was my bad. There we go. So why is Emily here? You mean Amelia? 'Cause she's dead? I talked about this on a podcast. But, like, Amelia, we kill Amelia before we can go into the nightmare. So the idea is probably giving us a chance to see her in the past. Now, I guess the possibility is, I still have to confirm that is her. I have to double check the voice credits and things like that, make sure it's literally just copy-pasting the line, right? But it does generally match up with her. Like, I've looked at the character models, like hair color and stuff, and matches her grayish hair that we see in the, kind of similar to Yosefka, the grayish hair, slash her imposter, that we see, from the actual, like, boss Vicar Amelia model, which is just a reskinned, bell ringer. Fun fact. Oh. Ow. I don't even care if I'm losing. Yeah, I don't even care. Oh. Whatever. Wait. I have to say, were those a bunch of bones? I was like, wait a minute. No, that's just rubble. Oh god, Do you ever get a shot of the spot where you think a meteorite may have landed near the workshop grounds? Yes, I think I got the shots I wanted for that, though I have to double check my files, because, like I said, I've taken 2,000 screenshots at this point. I don't remember every individual shot I've taken. It's like, ooh, this, and that. I've, like, taken it. Eventually I'm gonna, like, take a shot of, like, literally every corner of this game. You could just create a collage and edit it together into a full playthrough of Bloodborne at some point. Let's see. Coins don't work. Guess we're gonna have to think outside the box. Reaches for Molotov. You have to be close to the object of interest. Their range isn't very far. Yeah, so I don't think it's gonna work. They probably don't want a press X to pick up coin thing popped up at 5 times a second if you're finding the beast there. No, the real answer is it's because they're just, like, it's supposed to functionally serve the same purpose as prism stones, right? And you can apply the same logic to prism stones. Why can't you just, like, pick up the prism stone once it's been used? Like, there's no reason you can't, theoretically, but it's like, it's fine, it's just game mechanics, right? Like, sometimes game mechanic, it's okay for things to not make 100% sense for game mechanic reasons. It's a little low down, and part of it is missing, so I think it is an Amelia. The part of it's missing is because it's supposed to be the full thing. Like, that's fine. The load part, I have to look, but again, I think it's, again, just to show that it's probably a younger Amelia going through similar problems before she became Vicar. How unique would Amelia really be in the final days of Yharnam? She might have basically been a last-ditch appointee as Vicar. Yeah, I would agree. I'd agree. She's clearly someone who isn't up to the job. Again, as I go over, like, my choir analysis, she seems to basically be there because the choir needs somebody there, and she's clearly the easiest figurehead to throw there. Oh yeah, she seems really into the whole religious aspect of this whole fake church thing. Okay, we'll have her do that. She'll be a good public face and voice, but she'll be completely ineffectual, and we can easily control her, right? Like, that's the point, right? Choir's the one who's really running the show. If I recall correctly, the article already noted that the Healing Church was collapsing, even that deranged townsfolk seemed to be forming mobs to barge into Cathedral Ward and purge the clergy. Yeah, in fact, one thing that my Healing Church analysis will point out is that a lot of the mob look to be former Healing Church members, right? Like, a lot of them wear the black church set minus the holy cloth on the back, which, you know, would signify church affiliation. So it's very clear that, much like Gascoigne and others, they're no longer part of the Healing Church. They wear some of the uniforms, correct, but they're not, they're completely separate at this point. You need someone with a torch. Sorry, I meant slowed. Ah, I see what you're trying to say. Like, oh, it's slowed down. Okay, let's see if we can do this time, chat. Alright, so I think if I get too close from the center... Dang it! Even this is... Okay, it's just I'm never going to get a decent shot. So, okay, we'll just kill him. Not worth it. Sorry, lady. You and Gracia. Oh, by the way, it is, I double-checked. The Japanese is, Gracia. So it is something like Gracia, whatever. However you want to do that. I swear if the rats get in my way. Oh. Wow, I'm surprised you didn't go for the kill there. Oh, but you did. Oh, no. Yeah, I was like, wait a second. Wait a moment. That was a moment I should have been attacking instead of trying to dodge. I was playing too defensive. In Bloodborne, that gets you killed. Oh no. Oh, I guess I get another shot at trying to get that look. But again, I don't think it's gonna work. I always found it cool that in Cathedral Ward, even though they talk about the gates being closed off, it's clear the mobs have basically cornered the church, laying traps, etc. Yeah, it's very cool, right? Like, you see the, I really like the ones who go in the alleyway, right? Because it's very clear they're trying to circumvent the plaza with the big, scary church giants by trying to, like, you know, climb up to the top and go on the rooftops. And you can even see a dog on the other end that that, again, up until that point, we've only seen the mob really using, not the church. So it's like, oh, that's really cool. Again, stuff like that I'm going to be including and probably expanding my existing articles, because there's a few tweaks that some of my posts need, right? Like, mostly, like, added data. A few things, corrections, like, Holy Blaze needs a few minor, tweaks to be where exactly I want it as far as analysis goes, but it's pretty much on point. There we go. Yeah. Sure, buddy. Should've just hit you. Thank you. It's all locked. Was the other who's with Emily Lawrence? No, that's a woman for one. Don't think it's Lawrence. Oh, if you're talking about the statue, yeah, statue's Lawrence. Wait. That's not you kneeling. I feel lied to. She stopped kneeling, chat. I swear, Bloodborne, you could be such a broken game. Yeah, it's not gonna work. The moment I get, like, a modicum close, triggers her. Dang it. Ooh. Thank God she didn't use her gun there. My range was just not long enough. Listen, I've been dealing with your bodyguard, Amelia. Shut up. If that's even your real name. Honestly, I actually like what Ivan calls her. Until I make my final analysis and assessment on her and say if she really is Amelia or she's supposed to be someone different and they're just reusing her voice lines or something. We'll just call her Emily. Because, I don't know, I find that funny. Stop it, Emily! I'm beating your bodyguard! Whoop! Ah! Whoop! Okay, you know, I should probably have equipped all my arcane stuff. I am an arcane build, technically. 1 second. No, that's not gonna help. Oh, wait. That's not what I wanted! Woo! Go away! Also, need to be fashionable at all times. Go away. Just a reminder, I am technically some random intruder running around their clinic in circles while they try to catch me. This is a comedy skit. In my gothic / eldritch horror game. Horror action game, I guess I should say. Go away. No, that's not what I wanted. Whoop. Oh. Let me just get my other one on there. Oh. I did not do this just to die. Hey, buddy. Alright, Emily, time to deal with your girlfriend. Oh, nice. Woo! And gotcha. Getting that extra echoes. Nice. 16k. Nice. That's like a basic enemy in Loran. Woo. Nice. Well, that range was unexpected for me, too. Gosh, you have more range than I thought, Emily. Alright. Ouch. Okay, you may be the better cane user. I will give you that. Can we get it? Nope. I thought she would attack, honestly. She just kept strafing. Well, whatever. I got what I wanted. Alright, let's get some good shots of Lawrence's beautiful mug. Oh, Sorry, Lawrence. Didn't mean to. Alrighty. Oh. No, wait. Whatever. Fine. Do I need to get a shot of this? I guess I could get it at any point, so it doesn't matter. Inspect the surgery altar. We get Lawrence's skull. Oh, okay, that makes sense. I guess the lighting here is better? I guess? Oh. I was like, what is stopping me? Uh-huh. Got your invisibility potion? Yeah, I have a few blue elixirs, but I didn't want to use blue elixirs on this, which I can't tell if it's an event or if it's just a aggro line of sight range thing. Because if you notice, as soon as she aggroes, the other one aggroes, and I can't tell if that's, again, an event thing where it's like, hey, once they get past this point, or say, like, somewhere in, like, this circular range, trigger them or something, so I didn't want to risk it and waste these, because these are so rare, and I don't want to buy them right away. Well, if you know someone who can look at in file names, the NPC might have an assigned name. Oh no, don't worry, that's already been done. The Bloodborne wiki by Meph is incredibly extensive. There's nothing in terms of names to give us indication for the characters, these two people here. Could just beam that one guy in the head with a pebble to aggro him alone? Possibly. Can you leave this spot now and see if she defaults back to kneeling? Now, she probably would, but again, it's just a glitch thing. I don't really mind either way. Is that a chair? I'm not sure which chair. Oh, you mean is that a chair? Yeah, that's a chair. Don't forget the church cannon underneath the altar. I won't, Arberg. I shall make sure to get the cannon. Is that a symbolic throne for Lawrence or someone no show the Great Ones? No. You want to know why this chair is here? Because the Vatican has it. That's the answer. It's the chair of St. Peter. Again, you guys can look that up on your own, but it's like, yeah, this is literally just, hey, we are making a reference to Catholic communion, so we will have the chair of St. Peter here. Now, you can argue that it's meant to be used as representative of Lawrence in this case, because the chair of St. Peter is meant to represent how, standing in the seat of the first bishop of Rome, the Pope, and then, the leader of the church. So, again, the idea that all the vicars of the church, the parish leaders, derive their authority from Lawrence, the first vicar, and that this chair is meant to be symbolic of that. Obviously, his skull is left here on the altar in the real world, right? And his blood is probably contained in there. That's probably the receptacle. So it's probably like, hey, we drained all the blood from this skull. We have the skull here as a holy relic for you to all marvel at. You can see in early trailers, for example, a human skull being laid in here. So again, this is probably like an early prototype design of, hey, there's Lawrence's skull. Obviously, in the DLC, we actually get Lawrence's quote-unquote human skull in the Nightmare here as part of his karmic punishment by Kos. Well, Kos' ghost, at least. Where is it? Probably under keys, right? Yeah. Obviously, you can see it has the holy cloth that we see choir members, etc. use, again, because the choir derive their uniform and their authority from the original Healing Church clerics of Byrgenwerth. So, really cool. Well, does pre-boss fight Amelia have a name assigned to the model? No. Or is it just a reused model? It's just, like I said, it's literally just the Bellringer model, but retextured white. Like, literally, if you look at the face, it's just a Bellringer face. That's why in the cutscene they never show it, but if you look closely, you'll actually kind of notice it. The style and stuff isn't exactly one-to-one with what the actual boss model for Vicar Amelia has. They just retextured it because it was close enough, and like, clearly they just didn't want to waste resources on a model that was just going to be used for 5 seconds. Again, completely understandable. FromSoft always finding smart ways to cut corners. Oh no, it was forced to rot away in storage, and I found it. Alright, bring me back up, boy. Bring me back up, boys! And one girl? One poor headless woman? Yeah, kick him. There we go. Bye, Seat of St. Peter, or I should say St. Lawrence, I guess. Wow, that box is really long, huh? That's actually something that might be worth pointing out. Also, that lighting makes absolutely 0 sense now that I see it there. Wait. Okay, yeah, the lighting does change. I want to bring you down, so we're gonna do that. Wait a second. Was that a symbol I saw? Okay, let's bring you down because we want all the lighting in the world. Actually. Again, I'm very sad we don't get better lighting back here because these guys are now here, right? Like, you'd hope that, like, the lighting would be like, hey, let's get a good look at their backs. But no. Again, Bloodborne Remake could really, benefit. Okay, yeah, let's do that. Could really benefit in that department. There we go. Much better. Everything is right in the world. We'll do that one closer. Want to make sure I don't trigger this to go back up again, because that is such a pain. Again, we'll use the trick. There we go. Nice. Let me just double check my brightness is good for this. Yeah, it's fine. We have maximum minimum. What does, let's see. So why did Lawrence call himself the vicar when he was the highest official in the church he founded? Who do you consider the bishop above him? Talk to the localization team. Again, the term vicar is literally in the Japanese the parish leader. So, like, again, I'm not too familiar with denominations which use the term vicar, so I can't tell you what the localization's reasoning was for using that term over others for Vicar Amelia and later Lawrence. But again, it is what it is. Hey yo, hey John, good to see ya. Do you think there's any significance to this altar here being reminiscent of the player starting on operating table and a beast rising up from beneath them? I think the symbolism's the same, right? The idea with the beginning is, right, the beast rising up and stuff is supposed to represent, like, what's happening in your blood, right? Like, you received the Yharnam blood treatment, and that puts blood, which is causing the beast within you to, like, rise up, right? And then obviously the whole point with the messengers and you becoming a hunter and stuff is that they beat it back a little for you. Probably not permanently, but again, that's a separate discussion. But the idea is like, oh, okay. Same thing here, right? The idea is that they're operating on a man, but beneath the surface, this innocent veneer of this poor, dissected man, as we can see. So much of the body's being exposed and torn apart, touched physically, because again, there's this idea of, for those that don't know, the Japanese term for, like, to experience is literally the term to touch, right? So it's kind of like when you say, oh, I touched on a deeper truth of the universe, something, right? So when we use the term touch on, it's kind of like we use that in a more abstract way, but again, the Japanese just using the word touch, so it's the same concept, but, like, sort of more direct in a way. of being like, you touch, you experience, you really get a grasp of something, right? And so Miyazaki is using that term in a very literal sense to be like, hey, you really need to touch the disease in order to truly grasp it, in order to truly have that wisdom and knowledge to derive from it. So he's really trying to use that sort of language barrier to convey that idea. And the point is that what you're touching here beneath is that beast that is hiding beneath the surface. As we can see here, of course, the surgical gloves. We will get a shot of each of these people. Now, these guys have no faces because why not? Let them be Nazguls. We don't care. They're not important. They're just neophytes, assistants, black church hunters, as it were. I do find it funny how these are statues, but it looks like they actually gave them real gloves. Like, imagine putting that on a statue, right? Like, you have to imagine, like, someone had to actually, like, sew that thing together to realistically get these things on these stone blocks, right? Because you ain't there ain't any fingers moving here. This ain't Dark Souls. You can't turn them into gargoyles briefly and have them put on some armor. So, like, yeah. There we go. Again, notice the details, the same neck scarf thing here that we see with the choir. I think I actually have the choir set for comparison. Yeah, see? Same little thing. Again, trying to highlight that, that sameness to it all. Yeah, no, that's fine. We have this. This one uses more basic stuff than what we see Lawrence with his skull on, but again, I'm going to take artistic liberties with this because it's just a statue depiction. Oh. There we go. Anything I want to do with that? Nope. How about there? Nope. Good old fancy hat Lawrence, buddy. Let's just do something like this so we can get like in case I do like, yeah, I want to do like a comparison between him and like Willem. Yeah, so we just gotta do that with the thing and it'll be perfect. Ooh. There we go. I might even like this. Yeah, this might even be good for this shot specifically. There we go. Alright, back to cinematic. We're gonna do the Lawrence fight first, I think, before we move anything in the thing, because I want, more time to have fun. We might not even do Maria today, depending on how that goes. I'll have to change the thumbnail. Oh. There we go. Alright, I'm pretty happy with this. We got pretty much everything we could have wanted. Yeah. I don't think I'm missing anything. Pope is also called Cardinal Vicar or Vicar of Rome. Yeah, he's called Vicar of Christ, Vicar of Rome, stuff like that. So maybe that was the idea, to be evocative of the Pope. That's possible, I suppose. But again, I don't know, because I know vicar is just like a normal terminology used in other denominations. So, like, was that the idea, or were they specifically trying to go with the Catholic idea? Again, you have to ask the localizers. They would know more than me on that front. I can only tell you what the original term is, and the original term isn't vicar, quote-unquote. It's parish leader. and they just, it's its own, like, made-up term, I suppose you could say. Alright, let's go back up. Alright, I've got 61k. Do I want to risk that with Lawrence? I think that's fine. Yeah, I think it's fine. Let's go see our big boy. I mean, you just posted a lot of names, so I'll make sure to take a look at them later. But I get your point. It's like talking about there's a bunch of titles for the Pope. Yeah, how much do I need? Yeah, I don't think I got enough, I think I got enough Kin Cold Blood for that. No, I don't even have any Kin Cold Blood. Nope. Nope. Oh, whoopsie. Alright, we have to switch things out because we're going to fight Lawrence now, so we don't want to do stuff against Beast. But we're probably going to rely mostly on a, Blood Gem Fortification. Yeah, this is fine. We're going to be fighting some beasts now. Cursed beasts! Anything we want to grab? No. I guess I could always spend these echoes on stuff here, but I don't need to. Like, I'm starting to, like, I'm close to reaching, my max amount here. I'm starting to lose a little here, but I'll gain those back easily enough when I do, like, some more stuff in the Chalice Dungeons and spend my echoes. I don't mind. I have a lot I can afford to spend. Let's just get our repairs out of the way so we don't have to worry about that. Yeah. Blood gems. We don't. Arcane Haze. I have a lot of stuff I'm not using. I might do that in the future because I'm not going to do Root Chalice Dungeons because lol, why? Story Chalice Dungeons are hard enough to get at this point. Actually, can I even get to Iz yet? No, that's, I still haven't beaten, Loran Dark Beast. What is? Nope. Gosh, I still have to get more of that. That's just kind of nuts. Okay, yeah, let's go. Let's go for Lawrence. I think it was Sophie who mentioned it was being vicar, since even though the church is usually a Christian facade, it functions more like Shinto, like Odin Chapel being a shrine. Yes and no. The problem is there's a few terms which do apply to Shinto, but they're also used in terms of Christian churches. So, like, it's not, like, necessarily, like, so simple as being like, oh, this uses a Shinto term versus a Christian term. There's a lot of times where the Shinto terms are used for Christian churches. Separate from, like, unique terms which exist for those churches or something like that. So, like, again, like I said, it's a little more complicated than how Sophie depicts it, which, again, makes sense. This isn't Sophie's area of expertise. So I suppose they're just in charge of Cathedral Ward Town. Again, the term is parish leader, so like I said, yeah. If we consider the parish, quote-unquote, to be church town, then yeah. Because again, the point of, like, again, the Cathedral Ward, quote-unquote, you could translate as church town, church district, I guess ward's a good way, the church quarter, like, there's tons of different ways you could translate that. The point is, there's this sanctioned off area that's obviously associated with churches, because, you know, there's a million churches in Cathedral Ward. There's the lower church to Old Yarnum, there's Odin Church, there's of course, the cathedral, there's just a bunch of churches, right? The cathedral, or literally the Great Church, the Grand Church, however you want to translate that, but again, we just call them cathedrals. So, like, there's tons of, there's just tons of churches in quote-unquote church town. So, and it's sort of like, it's a semi-autonomous, like, part of Yarnum, like, it's part of Yarnum, but not, right? Like, it's kind of like it's almost its own thing. So it's like, yeah, it's a the idea is like the vicar is the one who's in charge of the healing church, right? So like the whole entire church town and everything related to the healing church is controlled by this parish leader. Was that Tertullian who used Vicarius Christi to refer to Pop in his work? I cannot tell you. Man, outside of my wheelhouse. In the UK, a vicar would only be in charge of one church and its immediate surroundings, for example. Yeah, exactly. So maybe that was their idea. Like, again, I'm not here to... Again, I cannot speak for the localization on their choices for the translation. I can just tell you what the original thing is and clearly how it's being used, right? Have you gone to watch Cherod Thermos' new video on Lawrence? I hope I pronounced that right, but no, I haven't actually. Josh, also welcome. I don't know... I can't recall if you've commented in here before. If not, welcome to the chat. Very nice to see you. God, my goldfish memory. I'm like, are you new? Are you old? I do not know. I'm confused. Ouch. Okay, listen, buddy. Okay, you've got poise. I see. Yeah, you've got poise. Yeah, okay, you've got poise. Alright, so I should really just ignore all of you. Oh. Thank God you did nothing. Your AI just broke for a moment. I just noticed they got rid of that shortcut completely. Oh God, that's hilarious. Hey, buddy. Don't go after me. I'm warning you. Have fun, boys. Actually, no, none of you dropped anything. Ouch. Oh God, he's too big. He's too fat, chat! Alright, let's get this over with. Lawrence is weak to arcane, so it might actually be useful to have, no, so he's not weak to fire, because he's on fire, right? So, bolt isn't gonna work, so it's best to use just arcane stuff, right? So, might actually get some use out of Empty Phantasm Shell here. Yes, the cathedral is the weird point. Guessing Lawrence, etc. didn't build it. No, because the cathedral exists and his statues, like again, the research hall experiments were all during Lawrence's day, right? Like, they're immediately... Again, the point is we kind of go somewhat back in time, right? So, like, Ludwig was never a beast, but the idea is kind of like, okay, you have, like, all of the hunters and stuff going mad and becoming beasts, right? And this is something that we then go back in time past Ludwig into the little prison at the bottom underground the cathedral. Being like, hey, we got these hunters going mad. Okay, we'll lock them up. We'll use them for experiments like we see in the research hall or whatever. But we're not gonna do anything too crazy with them. And then as we go further up, we see, of course, the research hall experiments. And as Simon will tell us, oh, you know, this is a terrible, awful secret of the church, but, you know, that's not the secret. That's not the big secret that the church wants to hide from you. So, then that's when we go into the fishing hamlet, which takes us even further back in time. So what spawned the research hall experiments? Well, it was when they killed Koss, took her baby, etc., all that shit. Let's see. Oh, it's awesome. Give it a watch. It's really cool. Oh, sure. I can't wait to do so. Like, might be good to see what they point out. Again, I'll see how accurate it is. I don't think. Oh. Well, that's a waste. Damn. Whatever. Anyway, again, we'll see. Actually, kind of curious to see how much localization problems crop up in these videos, because that's usually what my lens when watching this stuff is at this point. For understandable reasons, I hope. We just want to have, yeah, we're just gonna want screenshots to be ready. Okay, there we go. Again, I don't know why I'm taking shots of stuff with my character in the shot, because I hate when my character's in the shot. I don't care about my character. There we go. My good old boy. My buddy. My pal. My friend. we go. God, that Bloodborne blur. Looking for your skull, huh, Lawrence? Looking for that human intellect? It shall never return. You fuck. There we go. Okay. Okay, hear me out. I do this from here. Yeah, no. Still doesn't get most of the shots. Alright. Oh. Ah, dang it. I messed up because the extra thing. Oh well. Oh. Ouch. Alright, I kind of wasted a few shots, but overall, pretty good. Ow. Ow. Oh, gosh. Whoop. Alright, where is it? Oh. Shit. Ah, darn. Yeah, that was a waste. Pretty close, though. Didn't even get into phase 2, it seems. Where do you stand on the is Lawrence the Headless Beast in the Chalice, the one Brador killed, or none of the above? If you talk about Bloodletting Beast, yeah, that's totally Lawrence. Yeah, Bloodletting Beast is 100% Lawrence. Again, as I said before, Ludwig didn't actually become a beast as we see in the Nightmare. He became the Forgotten Madman we see in the Chalice dungeons. Same thing with Lawrence. He's the Bloodletting Beast. He didn't become the beast we see there. That beast is a symbolic representation of Koss's punishment for him. We can actually do that without any problems. Okay. I'll be honest, Call Beyond did some pretty crazy damage at some pretty good range. Oh, ouch. Pretty happy with that, so we're going to try that again. Let's just get all my echoes back. Buddy. Thank you. Yharnam Bloodletting Beast. What are you talking about? Are you talking about Blood-Starved Beast? That's not Bloodletting Beast. Completely separate, but... Ah, dang, I messed up. I gotta remember. I've gotta refill my, my blood bullets every time, because I'm wasting bullets otherwise that I don't need to. Like this. Dang it. Actually, you stopped me, Lawrence. Thank you. I appreciate it. Boop. Dang it. Woo. I'll be honest, Lawrence. I should have died there, but thank you. I completely messed up. Let's get that out of the way. Because that's like massive damage we just can't afford to miss. Ah, darn. I am messing up all my timings. It has been forever since I fought Blood Cleric Beast, and I beat him first try, so I did not really learn his moveset. Oh! Alright, I was not expecting that. Okay. I'll be honest, I was not expecting that considering last time we did not have that trouble. Actually kind of curious what the requirement is. Woo! Alright, that requires some precise timing, but you could do some really beautiful things with that. Woo. Like, if you get into the rhythm of that fight, I could see that slam becoming, like, just a beautiful attack to dodge. Like that. Yeah, like that at the end there. That was pretty good. Woo! Oh. God, his range is so deceptive. That was not, though. Woo! Nope, I should have done that. I was like, oh, can I get the attack in before the dodge? And the answer is no. Dang it. That might get me killed. Woo! Yep. I was like, that's gonna get me killed. The greed at the end there, chat. That got me killed. But that was a good run. I'm actually really happy with that. Yeah, you're thinking of Bloodstarved Beast. Still really think that his beast form here in the cathedral is a reference to the Pieta statue. Before it gets obvious. I think there's also a Pieta inspired statue related to medicine, so I wouldn't be surprised if it's both. Obviously, there is, of course, the idea that Lawrence, in his own ego, would probably think of himself as sort of like the Christ in the hands of the holy woman, right? So I'm sure there's some irony there being done by Miyazaki. All right, we're set. God, that was a really good run, chat. Here's a question: do visceral attacks scale with whatever you have equipped at the time? So, like, if I have the empty phantasm shell being used, can I theoretically do more damage with my visceral attack if that's on the weapon at the moment? Okay, that's pretty bad. That's not a way we want to start this fight. Did you drop any items by chance, buddy? Alright. Dang it. Oh, darn. This run is cursed. Dang it, that's not what I wanted, but alright, we made up for it. We're back to where we started, basically. We're down one extra vial, but hopefully that won't make a difference. There we go. Okay. No, that's a bad move. Dang it, that was too early. I saw it coming, but I was like, ah, darn, that was way too early. Oh, darn. I was really hoping he would, Woo! Dang it! Ah! Thought I could get out of range before that. Alright. Alright, we still got plenty left here. Alright. Ah, darn. I messed it up. I fell into the trap. I fell into his pathing. Whoop. Ooh, that was close! Alright, I need to do this. Oh, okay. Dang it. Ugh, I messed up. His slow movements are what are so weird to me at this point. God, but that was a good one. I'm really happy. I actually don't mind if I like lose all my resources against this fight. I'm really liking it. Visceral seem to scale off of your equipped weapon's thrust AR. Oh, I see. So, if that's the case, then it might not be affected that much by what bonus damage you have equipped. Actually, no, thrusts still count, right? So maybe not. Maybe it would be better if I put... The problem is Phantasm Shells cost a lot, and I think I value... Well, I'm not sure how much the damage increase for a Visceral, if it's worth the damage loss on the... Because I go from, like, anywhere between 500 to 1,000, depending on how much Call Beyond hits. That's, like, a really... Oh, my God. Yeah, 1 second. Let me get this back. Thank you. You gonna give me one? just go in. One extra with one less than we needed. Again, we didn't really need that. We were doing pretty good, I think. Ooh, that's convenient. Thank you. Dang it! Thought I could do it just in time, but no. Oh, that's gonna kill me. Yeah, that was not the move. Ooh. Not getting as many headshots as I would like. Maybe because I'm not aiming for the head, that's the problem. Whoop. Whoop. No! Dang it! Missed a good visceral. That could have saved me so much damage. Come on. Whoop. Oh, this is dead. Yeah, that was dead. That was a scuffed run. I made too many mistakes. Yeah, Threat Cane is great for viscerals. I noticed that very quickly. Always think the Claris piece had a big I just stubbed my toe energy. Where is it? Where are his legs? His legs, they kind of turned to charcoal and burned off. Oh my. Well, had to use this anyway. Why am I getting hit by that suddenly? I've never gotten hit by it before, and now I'm constantly getting hit. Oh, and you guys don't? Oh, okay, sure. Sure, game. Alright, you guys got... There we go. Oh. Who the hell? Go away. No one loved you. At least my my echoes have been fairly easy to get back. Wait. Chat? What? Did he forgot to reset? Did he carry over? Or was that like the luckiest hit of all of my damage? Dang it. I got hit by that wall. That screwed me over. Woo! Thank you. Excuse me. Ouch. Man, I still have plenty left on this. This is, this might be a bullying, chat. This might be the bullying run. Yeah, come on, Lawrence. You can do it. You can do it. Go on. Oh gosh. Yeah, you do that. I didn't do as much damage as I would have liked, but that's fine. Alright, chat. Just to be safe, we're gonna do this. Just to save us as many hits as possible, because of shit like that. Whoop. Yeah, that's exactly why, because he's still dangerous. Whoop. And done. Whoop. Yeah, no. Whew. Beast Embrace. Woo! Ah, that is satisfying. That was a satisfying run. We got a little lucky with all the headshots there. I was not expecting the first try. I was like, whoa! And then I got it. I was expecting I would miss it because I wouldn't get there in time, but no, I got it. Doesn't the Bloodletting Beast have a skull when we find it? Also, I doubt that Lawrence turned up into a beast in a Chalice dungeon when he had servants to go in there instead. No, it's definitely Lawrence. Because, again, he's doing this on behalf of Flora. He's required to do that. That's sort of the point. Again, there's a reason why Gehrman is waiting for Lawrence to come back. Let's see. Modifier with the skull skills. Okay, yeah, never spread skull. What do the Cleric Beast and Lawrence even do when they hug themselves and get the energy to swirl about them? It never seems to heal or buff them. I'll be honest. I assume it was either some sort of damage buff or defense up, but I don't know. Again, I'd have to probably check Meph with the wiki because they probably would know more about the mechanics than me. You're doing some more, so more damage than I did. So much more damage than I did. That is the second hardest boss in the DLC, in my opinion. Yeah. Going in with the Arcane, this is where my Arcane build shines. Lawrence definitely feels a lot easier with Arcane. Because you can't use a lot of the standard stuff against beasts for him. And Call Beyond is just stupid. Like, you're like, oh, it misses most of the projectiles. Listen, you only need, like, 3 or 5 of those projectiles to hit against an enemy who's weak to Arcane. And it's like, they get murder-fied. It's totally worth the investment, especially when you count the fact that you can use blood bullets. It's like, oh, okay. Alright. Call me crazy. This statue looks bigger than the one that we see in the other cathedral. I'm not crazy, am I? This thing looks bigger. Obviously, they added the tree behind it. And again, you'll notice you don't see any lift, any room for a lift downstairs. Yeah. You don't see that up here, too, right? You know, there's supposed to be like a corpse dangling right there you can see in Amelia's thing. Yeah, it's not there. And this is copy-paste from the cathedral in the real world, so, like, yeah. Not a one-to-one. Not at all. Man, ambient noise, though. Why does his nightmare self lack the centipede, then? Because it's not supposed to be showing Lawrence as he truly was in the... as he was in real life. Same with Ludwig. Ludwig never became a beast. He became the Forgotten Madman. He died a miserable death. The point is that Koss is trying to give people, especially certain key players in the key players in her death, a certain hell. Though again, saying Koss is, I say that with quotation marks because it's more her ghost, quote unquote, right? Her resentful will. not much of a I guess the way to put it is like a conscious entity, more so a force of nature, as you will. See how high you can shoot it here compared to the same spot in the real cathedral? Ooh, that's a really good way. Let's try seeing with the other cathedral first, and then we'll test that. No, let's get this first. Alright, this I two. And one. There we go. Again, keep getting bolt paper and fire paper because it's the most consistently useful stuff I can get with this. Alright. Yeah, I don't want to deal with you. Can I get to there? No. How short am I? Yeah, blah, blah, blah. About 5k. Okay. We go over here. Maria! We want to go to Nightmare Grand Cathedral. The hugging animation is them healing their limb damage. Oh, I see. It's because they can break their limbs. That makes sense. Were those bosses created by Kos? Yes, everything in the Nightmare is a creation of Kos. That's why there's 2 cathedrals. Alright, let's see. So if I stand here, right in front of where the altar is, right? Alright, if I just look up at the camera with that, I can only see her knees. So we'll compare that to what we see in the Nightmare. The other cathedral. The centipede already seemed pretty important for Lawrence's humiliation. Hell, all beasts have the centipede inside them, quote unquote. The insects, it's part of the beast scourge, right? They're spawned in the blood. They're part of the corruption. So like they all have them. It's just that the bloodletting beast highlights that point. Because keep in mind, the League wasn't added till the DLC. So the game wasn't really clear or more explicit about the role of, like, insects spawning in beast blood and stuff like that until we got the League. Until then, there was just the bloodletting beast and the various little insects, parasitic insects you saw in connection to Chalice Dungeons from, like, Silver Beasts. And, of course, the various areas that were connected to Chalice Dungeons, like in the Forbidden Woods and Canehurst and stuff. So those bugs and the centipede that the bloodletting beast shows is supposed to be kind of like the subtle reveal, as it were, right? The point is, like, why is the beast blood so corrupt and bad? You can kind of get this idea. Again, it makes more sense in Japanese culture because it's sort of understood how centipedes are associated with sort of corruption and you know, a bunch of wicked and awful things. So we want to go to the corpse pile. We see Parl, and the guy seems to have 0 spots for Centipede. Parl, that's because Parl's mostly rotted away as a corpse. So it's not gonna be as obvious what the growths are. Yeah, I hear you, Yamamura. Hugging animation, Parl. Seems kind of weird to give him a different hell when he's not controlled by a bug. Again, it's not really that he's controlled by a bug, it's that beasts are immortal, quote-unquote, right? So the point is that even without his head, Lawrence, or whatever, continues to act blindly searching for a blood baby to give to Flora. Because that's like his last will in life, I guess you could say. That was just in time. Now, the driver, of course, of that immortality is, like you said, the centipedes and stuff in the blood, the beastliness in there, right? That sort of evolutionary cycle, as it were, that degeneration. but ultimately, as we see, like, the whole point of the bloodletting beast being in the lower areas, between the story dungeons and, of course, the root dungeons, going deeper and deeper, searching every level, every nook and cranny, is because it's trying to find us. Essentially, Yharnam with Murgo, right? Like, basically, right? So the idea is like, okay, the Thumerians, for whether he knows it or he just has suspicions, or, you know, it's like a theory or something, Lawrence goes down there trying to find a blood baby there because, well, they haven't had any success with Cainhurst. He also kind of burned bridges with Cainhurst after the whole cost thing. So, like, you know, it is what it is. Yeah. Yeah, this is no way. Yeah, there's absolutely zero way. Something's different. It could be that this is just smaller in general, but it definitely feels this is not as big as the other one at all. Like, even if I step back and I'm like, oh, you know, maybe, like, yeah, no, it's like, there's no way that I should be able to see this full thing. That might be worth highlighting then, so let's actually do that. Oh, I didn't switch out to get ready for kin enemies. Whoopsie. We'll have to do that when I go back in a sec. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. Can we... Ooh. Yeah, I think this'll do it. There we go. Alrighty, chat. What other angles can we get? Oh, I like this one. Yeah, I like this one. Let's see if we can get it with I don't even necessarily mind this being in the shot, honestly. I'm actually kind of okay with this. Yeah, I think that's good. Maybe from this angle? Yeah, this one's cool, too. Perfect. Alright, we gotta call the thing. But where's the centipede going to be on him by that point, if that's what's controlling him? The centipede on Parl is probably microscopic, because that's the point, right? It takes the League and their special rune to be able to spy in the blood the centipede to pay out. So it's an arcane spawn of blood that is supposed to not be visible to the naked eye necessarily. So what we see with the bigger ones, clearly they get so big it's impossible to miss, right? It's one of those things, kind of like how when the red moon is there, it reveals all the arcane stuff you otherwise can't recognize or comprehend or until you get higher insight, right? So, like, when you have low insight, it's like, oh, the world is all normal. The church sermons, you know, they're kind of weird, but they're pretty normal. Then, like, Blood Moon comes out. It's like, oh my god, they have eyes on their lanterns! The messengers are the ones pulling the levers when you try to open the gates to the cathedral ward. Ah, everything is magic! So, yeah. I just fought the bloodletting beast, lol. Well, great, John. How did the fight go? Did you beat him? Did you win? Are you winning, son? Oh, like the Sekiro centipedes. Yeah, exactly. Just like in Sekiro. Didn't the Hunter's Workshop already have a sort of blood baby of its own since it had an eye-lined umbilical cord? That's Koss's cord. I mean, sorry. Orphan of Koss's cord. Yeah, that's the point. Did Willem win custody? No. Willem seemed... Again, my Bergenworth thing goes over it, but it looks like Willem and company, in response to the Koss whole thing, it's like, oh, they got a baby, and they're studying it, and they're really making strides in their research, so we need to get a blood baby, so let's try to artificially create one. And that seems to have been what, Willem and company did. And if I recall correctly, they did succeed in creating a umbilical cord. Because I think we do get, like, one cord from the lecture building, right? I may be misremembering. Spiritually corrupted. This statue looks like it might be facing the other way from the Lawrence Arena statue. I don't think so, but I have to double check. You might be right. The Bloodletting Beast Centipede sure doesn't get the memo. Yeah, Bloodletting Beast Centipede is like, you fight the boss and it's like, "Rawr, I am big scary centipede." It's like, oh, yeah. But again, that's sort of the point, right? Like, Lawrence is this terribly corrupt, like, again, he's big, the idea, of course, he's one, again, the idea of being the quote-unquote first cleric beast is he's the most terrible, the idea is, like, you know, the bigger, the scarier, the more horrifying they are, the worse beast they become. That's sort of the point of, Koss's curse making, Ludwig even more of a twisted abomination, right? Make sure that Ludwig gets the idea that he feared more than anything, the beasts in becoming one, and so she made him the worst beast of all. What Red Moon actually are, the Red Moon seems to just indicate that Flora is near, right? So if the moon is Flora, the Red Moon is Flora when she's like, coming, you know, when she's coming in to make contact with the humans. I won. Good. He won. Well, where are the dungeons in the world? They're beneath Yharnam physically, though the ones we explore in the rituals seem to just be dream simulations. They're not the actual dungeons, hence why we can, quote-unquote, go back in time and see people and things that obviously should be long dead or have already existed. Again, such as, say, the Bloodletting Beast. Again, we can encounter both the head and headless one in the dungeons, plus like root dungeons and stuff like that. So the idea is that we're just creating simulations and stuff, and we're altering the simulation sometimes when we use stuff like, you know, oh, we want to lure in the bell ringers or the eye collectors or whatever it is, right? It's like it's supposed to like sort of like kind of correspond to real life in many ways, but the idea is that we are creating and interfering with the dream worlds. Again, this is likely I don't want to say last minute, but it's definitely something where like they tried to do like Elden Ring style dungeon things where like you would go down and there would probably be like a super giant complex of the Chalice dungeons that you could physically go to, but they clearly dropped that idea very quickly at some point because a lot of those ideas, like the one that beneath Bergenworth, got like scrapped and repurposed to connect Yosefka's clinic to Forbidden Woods most likely and stuff like that. So like a lot of things didn't work out as originally planned. That's just how it goes with development, right? So did Lawrence miss out on getting continued access to the potential Orphan of Koss baby, and Willem somehow made a partial clone but no baby? Yeah, we don't know exactly what happened to Orphan of Koss, other than probably scrapped her body parts at some point, right? Because again, all we have left is the umbilical cord, right? So it's like, oh, okay. So like it's most likely what happened was they got the baby, they took the baby, they studied the baby, eventually they dissected the baby, and they used the baby for parts, and that parts became the basis for using this research here, right? Because again, before Orphan of Koss came in, the plan was to use Cainhurst with the blood baby scenario, right? Get the corruption, help feed, kind of have Queen Annalise produce them a baby. But then the spies at the spies for the church, who were planted in the fishing hamlet, and if we get to fishing hamlet today, I'll show that off. Probably next stream though, because I think once we get to Maria, I'm going to be just exhausted. It's already getting I'm already feeling a little bit of that tiredness creeping in. But basically, when Orphan of Koss got discovered as like, oh hey, Koss is pregnant. Okay, she's about to give birth. Okay, Gehrman, you haven't really had much to do since, you know, the whole bigger beast issue, hunters turning into beasts. Ludwig having to step in and kind of take over as like the new standard for hunters and all that. So like, how about you help us with the whole baby snatching thing? And well, Gurman never saw a hunt he said no to, so we saw how that turned out. There we go. Really, game? Really? Really? You can't just let me get my screenshots? It's gotta be like this, huh? I see how it is. Alright. No! 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 How? Why? No! I didn't want to do this. I never asked for this. Is that where Mensa's God's Core is as opposed to somehow getting Murgo material? No, that apparently is Murgo. So okay, yeah, this is where things get contentious because even Japanese community think there's oh hey Adeline, so this is how I get to you, huh? 1 second. Thank you, girl. Let's get a screenshot of this one because this one's probably the nicest looking of the hey, look at all the shit that's being jammed into this poor dude. Yeah, I think this this gets the point across. Pretty happy with that. Anything else that we want from this room? No. No. You can tell just by listening to my gait, huh? Yeah, you want the murky fluid. Give her brain fluid. Yeah. Oh, that's just disgusting. Yeah, you're a blood saint, sure. Yeah. Speaking of getting a look at your blood, let's get a look at you, girl. Because if I want to do a blood saint post, I've got to get some pictures of our lovely blood saints. Honestly, I kind of feel bad because I accidentally got whatever her other name is, Adela, whatever it is, killed. I don't even know how. It just was like, hey, I thought I told you, but apparently refusing her the first time was like locked me out. I gotta get it right. Which is fine, I guess. And there we go. Now let's see. Ooh. No, I had it right. No. Go back button. There we go, because we get the clear look of how she's being used for blood. There we go. Any other important details about you, girl? Not that I see. Yeah. Nope. I think we're good here. How Rom Wars. Also, you said earlier that the Bergenworth hunters also killed Koss. If so, why not take Koss's body too? Yeah, Bergenworth, quote unquote, Bergenworth hunters. It's Healing Church, really. But again, that's how the fishing hamlet would recognize them, because Bergenworth, when they visited obviously, last time the villagers saw the Healing Church hunters, quote unquote, the people who founded the Healing Church, it was when they were students of Bergenworth, right? They were coming with Willem. They were there on basically a field trip, right? That's where Roma became a great one and all that after an encounter with Koss or something like that. So, again, they were having friendly relations, and then all that developed, and eventually, of course, Lawrence and people found the Healing Church, and then suddenly they're back here, because Lawrence has a long memory, apparently, and he's like, oh yeah, I remember that village with their great one and stuff. I wonder if anything's happening there, with, babies and crap. And like I said, planted some spies, and, well, that tip worked out. But old ones can't get pregnant. Not necessarily. Old ones have difficulty getting pregnant, or impregnating others. That's the problem, right? The issue is that it's extremely hard for an old one to have a child. They quote unquote lose their ability, they lose children essentially. In the event of becoming this radiant star at the pinnacle of evolution, right? Because once you get higher and higher up the evolutionary chain, as Miyazaki rationalizes, it's kind of similar to how the more first world countries have seen a decline in birth rate versus, say, in the past generations, as society, civilization, intelligence, wisdom builds and develops. That's sort of the principle that Miyazaki's inspired from here. So the idea is that the great ones at the top of the evolutionary, the end of the evolutionary cycle, they're getting so close to essentially the perfect being that that there's no more point in trying to procreate, right? So it becomes incredibly difficult for them. So hence why they work so hard and try with their service and stuff to kind of create the perfect vessel with which to impregnate, or for in the case of Koss, because Koss again doesn't exist in the stars, she exists in this mortal plane, get pregnant herself. I can't remember. Isn't there a thing where the orphan and Gurman's cries are similar? Yeah, if I recall correctly, it's that they literally copy and paste Gurman's crying stuff, at least for the cutscene. I don't know for, the other sounds Orphan makes, but definitely for the cutscene, it's literally just a filtered Gurman cry. Because, again, the point is that the Orphan of Koss that we see as a boss is a combination of Orphan and Gurman soul data. It seems that Koss is using aspects of Gurman's soul in lieu of not having the complete soul, because, the totality of Gurman, his, the soul at its latest iteration in the record. Because you gotta think of the cosmos as an Akashic record. Again, this is a complicated Eastern concept to kind of throw, but basically the point is, the idea is, imagine if the sky is a giant cosmic ocean. Everything up there that happens in this world is being simultaneously recorded in that world. And kind of like how you save data to a computer hard drive while executing a save file, right? Like how this game constantly saves, and there's a piece of data which has all of that saved here simultaneously while I'm actively experiencing it played, right? That's the same idea, but everything gets recorded, every moment, every aspect, every element, because everything derives from blood, ultimately. So everything in the real world derived from blood has on its a mental side, which is also being recorded. That is how we get dreams and all that being done for simulations and things, where it takes aspects of the quote-unquote soul data, as I call it, of all those things, and sort of just reconstitutes it into the same way that we might reconstitute data in a game world, right? Like when developers build up little sets and models and things, again, that's the best way to think about it. So when it comes to Koss and her ghost, she wants the complete data of Gurman. But Flora currently has custody of Gurman's soul. So until that's solved and Gurman truly dies, Koss can't give Gurman Gurman in his fullest self true punishment. Similar to how Koss currently has access to Maria's soul, so Flora custody of Maria's soul, and so Flora can't really just pop in another Maria for Gurman. It's okay, well, I guess I'll take this doll which looks like her, and we'll add little aspects and pieces of her soul data that's not the complete thing, it's earlier iterations of the person and stuff like that, and kind of give you kind of what you want. So that seems to be how it all works as far as the cosmic aspect is. We still have that door there. I think that's the door for when we move things, though, right? So should be fine if we do this. Actually, this is the point where I think we can kill This is the point where I think we can kill this buddy here. Because I think at this point we're definitely not getting any shots with him. I think the only shots we can get is new enemies appearing down here after we move the stuff, so we'll see it. I can't remember. Isn't there a thing with the Orphan and Gurman? Yes, they're doing so. Were those umbilical cords we collect originally from Orphan of Kos? The one that we collect from the old abandoned workshop is. The others seem to be from something separate. Like I said, I can't remember if one of them was made by Bergenworth artificially, like they finally succeed in creating at least something approaching a full baby. They at least have created the cord. I know they recorded the data about, oh, we need like 3 of these things if we want to attempt Ascension. Don't know how they figured out that exact number, but whatever. Just for the plot, I guess. Whoop. There we go. But yeah, we have that one. We know there's the one that that develops inside of Imposter Yosefka because of her, you know, her experiments and all that shit. Rides inside her brain and all that. There's the obviously there's Murgo's umbilical cord that we get after, you know, we killed the baby. And then where's the 4th? Again, maybe it is from the lecture building. Yeah, I think it might be from the lecture building, and I'm misremembering. It was actually the Healing Church, and the schism already happened. How did Lawrence not have a blood baby to give to Flora? He has Kos's child. Again, Kos's child, again, from the fact that they only give the umbilical cord, we can presume that Kos's child is dead. That it's just body parts. 3 has always been an important number. Yeah, but it's like, it's kind of like, hey, we're trying to figure out what we can to become a great one. I know we kind of all failed and never succeeded or anything, but we know that if we were to succeed, we would need 3 of them. It's like, oh, okay. Kind of curious how you came to that conclusion. Again, I'm very disappointed I can't get anything out of you. Disappointed. Okay, any other shots that we really want to focus on? That's the trap. Yeah, no. I think we just have to go through here. Yeah. So somewhere patrolling up there is the Church Hunter researcher, so gotta remember that. Well, Murgo is presumably well known among the Great Ones to have died too. So what did the Moon Presidents expect from Queen Yharnam? One of the Great Ones to have died too. So what did the Moon... I'm not quite sure what the question you're asking there, Night Scout. If you could reword to clarify. Also, do you think Kos's child died without Hunter intervention? There is signs with like Maria's picture in her boss room and stuff that the child was alive as a live specimen, at least for a period. It's also unlikely that when they're killing Kos and ripping it from her dead womb, her newly dead womb, that they are that they killed the baby along with it. So, like I said, it seems to be probably they had a live specimen. They had it, they studied it, they did all sorts of experiments eventually on it, and soon they were basically cutting it up and, you know, scrapping it for body parts to study individually or something like that, right? Now, the first thought would probably be that seems extremely short-sighted, but have you looked at some of these experiments? I don't think they don't meet the standards for scientific inquiry. Just saying. And granted, the fact that oh, that was close. The fact that Willem was working on an artificial baby, and we know that the Bergenworth and Healing Church remained in contact even after the whole split between Willem and Lawrence. You know, they were still kind of pseudo-collaborating. Well, you know what? This is probably a good time to do— oh, yeah! Oh, yes! Oh, yes! Gotta heal there. Thank you. Thank you. Ow. I made a mistake. I thought I messed up the first time, but I didn't. I definitely messed up the next time. There's the Headless Boys. I have no idea where this Black Church Hunter shows up from. Does he spawn in after you, like, go up to the roof or something? Like, is he just a delayed spawn? Because I don't know where the hell he's supposed to be over here. Like, how do I keep missing him when I go up? But then I find him so easily when I come back down. Also, I can level up again. Smile. Hey, buddies. I didn't switch back my thing for kin, huh? I gotta remember that. Honestly, I probably should go back just for that. Because look at that damage. I should be able to basically kill them at this point, especially if I do another strength up. Just gotta fix my gems. Let's see. Murgo seemed to have died in the womb. Again, Murgo's a touchy topic. Even Yharnam's ghost is sporting a bloody wound in the stomach above the womb area. That just tells you that it was taken from the womb. That doesn't tell you that Murgo was killed there. It's like obviously, if you're gonna take something from the womb, there's gonna be lots of blood there, and that's the best way to signify it. If you want to signify, oh, hey, see, she had a baby, as you see in the Chalice dungeons, if you go all the way down there, though you're probably gonna see it out of order, obviously. And then, as you can see now, she's had it taken out, because it was ripped from her womb. Though, again, the implication seems to be that Queen Killer, the Executioner, killed Yharnam, and Mensis collected the baby. Again, whether or not Queen Killer killed the baby with it, maybe, maybe not, no. Don't got anything to say there. I would say probably not then, because given what happens with Murgo's wet nurse. Why would the Healing Church kill their live specimen when the patron Great One wanted such a baby alive? Okay, when the research hall experiments were happening, Flora wasn't a thing. There is no Hunter's Dream at this point. The Hunter's Dream comes later. It comes after a bunch of other things. Again, Lawrence is still around by this juncture. By this point in the history of the research hall experiments. It's only later on, after we start seeing another big beast outbreak and stuff, and things getting really dire, that we see again the Hunter's Dream start being created, and Lawrence going off to find a baby, and the Healing Church basically eventually going in to find Lawrence. Of course, they take the head, they cut off the head, they use the head for more blood and stuff, and the whole cycle begins all over again, right? These experiments had to happen first, though. Yeah, again, my Healing Church thesis will cover a lot of stuff, hopefully, there, because I kind of, like, dance around it with some of the other topics, because, again, those focus on those topics and not the church. But I try to cover the church topics, because the church is such a— oh my god, the Healing Church is like Sullivan. It's just, like, it's involved in so much shit that I just want to, like, try to split up as much as possible, just so the Healing Church thesis isn't, like, 50 freaking pages long. With Murgo, I figured the pasta didn't go well for Yharnam, and they tried to remove the dead baby from her. Again, probably not, because again, with the stuff with Wet Nurse and stuff, because it doesn't go like with Flora. Again, the idea— again, we even see that the point is that, they try harboring the baby, and having a complete dead baby doesn't seem to work, especially with what we see with Murgo in the Nightmare. Look for the stairs that had the wheelchair at the top. He is Hyde. Wow, I know absolutely nothing about Bloodborne lore. LOL. Well, John Kick, I'm sure this is an interesting conversation to hear us discussing on the side then. Moving along. Oh, right. I forgot. Right, I forgot. I wanted to get wanted to get this. Okay, yeah, we're going back and we're coming back to this place. So let's see. Let's trace the path. We got that there. And I think there's a shortcut lift here. Am I right? Yeah, okay, I know what I'm doing then. So we go here. Let's get the level up, get the extra strength, fix the genes. It's very interesting. Yeah, Bloodborne lore is a fascinating subject. I really like it. Again, like Demon Souls, I really did fall in love with Bloodborne lore, not because of localization problems. Well, again, I want to talk about Bloodborne lore not because of localization problems, but just because I think it's a good story. It's worth talking about. Elden Ring, I'm still on the fence if I want to do it, because I don't see too many, again, like I've said in the past, Elden Ring does not have as many localization problems as past From Software titles. Again, I know there's controversy and discussion about blah 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 this and that, but again, like just going through the whole script, it's so much better than so many past From Software titles. It's not even funny. And just like overall quality is so much better that outside of like again the few select examples that are worth pointing out, I just don't see any reason why I need to cover it compared to what other content creators are doing. I'd much rather just help those content creators by telling them some of like the smaller nuances or something that might be worth noting, like they're not necessary but they're kind of useful as like supporting evidence to arguments or something like that, and like obviously help with the big corrections that really need to be said, and otherwise not covering it myself. I'm kind of like on the fence there. I've been doing stuff with like Smotown and stuff, but like I just don't know. It's such a hard decision to make because I've been doing it for so many of the games. Like it almost feels like a completionist sake, like why not do Elden Ring? But it's like, God, Elden Ring is so big. Even accounting for all the vacuousness in it, it's so big. There's so many huge topics, so much data to go through. It's like, oh yeah, I'd be there forever, and I don't want to do this forever. Let's see. Speaking of doing things forever, I need to buy these. Yeah, that Lawrence drained quite a bit of our resources, but not the worst in the world. You know what? I'll see what we can do, and then what we want to do is we want to try to get in here. This is the area where we want to use our blue elixirs. Try to hopefully not get those enemies to automatically aggro. Simon will eventually show up here. Eventually. I figured the wet nurse was for the nightmare form of the infant, with the physical form being dead, that with the calcified fetus still in Yharnam's body that you get by beating her. Well, again, the Yharnam you fight is in a dream world simulation, so it's not necessarily the original, as it were. But yeah, I get the point you're trying to make there. Let's see. We can't use that door, but we can use this one. So let's see if we can, is this a better shortcut? I want to say probably not, but you never know. There we go. Can we get it? Come on. Come on. Okay. Oh, we can do it? Can we do it? Ah! I can do it! Yeah, you don't really even notice the player model in here, so if I do it like this... Yeah, that's not gonna work. Yeah, no, that's a no-go. That's an instant no. Let's move it. Oh. No, that's an also a no. Uh. Ay, ay. Yeah, I might just do it while I'm standing up and forget the character if the quote-unquote player model is technically in the shot, because no one's gonna notice for this screenshot. Yeah, okay. Uh-huh. Again, I can get the character model out of the shot more if I do something like that. Uh-huh. There we go. There we go. Perfect. I'm very happy with that. Thank you, sir. Thank you for your service. Hey, buddy. Thanks, buddy. I appreciate you. That takes you back there. Yeah, that's not gonna work. I think you have to take the elevator, right? That was the original plan. Yeah. Don't care about this stuff here. But I think you can get there through here, right? Yeah, there's the elevator thing. There we go. Oh, we can go down that path. You know, let's do that real quickly. Wait, is this the thing where we... Okay, yeah, I know where we are. So is he already here? Oh my god, he is! Oh, come on! Oh, I hate that so much! That is so dumb. Oh. So dumb. Absolutely zero fun. No fun allowed in my Bloodborne. There we go. Speaking of, enjoying yourself there, buddy? Oh my. I'm just gonna... you know what? We're gonna reset. I'm not happy with this situation whatsoever. Yeah, we're gonna go this way. Oh my. Die. Oh my. You actually followed me. Okay. Gosh, there's not a lot of good places to start think we can do this. Think I should be safe here? There we go. Oh, not anymore. Oh no. You're gonna poison me. Whatever will I do? Actually, I think that might interrupt my ability to use Bold Hunter's Mark, so please don't. Yeah, we're gonna reset this. Man, wasted a blue elixir. Hey, Cherry Blue, good to see you. More sound, please. The game is goat. They're mad grooves. Dark Souls 3. Volume Master, please increase. Sorry, let's see. Is, my audio or game audio too quiet for you? Out of curiosity. Putting it up slightly. Haven't been paying attention, to be honest, to what the volume was. No one's mentioned it, so sorry if that's been another problem. Thought we did good last time. I don't think I changed it at all, but maybe I'm crazy. Oh, you know what? I might have changed it when we went on the Dark Souls 3 stream, so that's possible. Okay, yeah, let's go back down. Okay, I think I figured this out. I figured this out. Okay. First we go here. Both. I've had my sound crack kind of high for a while to hear well. Try not to be too loud, given how loud I am naturally, but I'll have to see if I can adjust it more. One sec. Thank you. Feels like a morning ritual at this point. I'm curious, what's the next Elden Ring stream? Oh god, I've had so much stuff for other games I've been having to prioritize first. I don't know when. Oh, that's awkward. Maybe next week. I need to get back to my Dark Souls lore play first, because I haven't done that in a while because of just so many the confluence of factors. Just kind of compounded over and over. I'm like, okay, I just can't work on Elden Ring or Dark Souls lately. But I think I figured out how to get Elgato working. I had some technical difficulties the other day, but I figured it out yesterday. I figured out the rest of the technical difficulties today, so I think I know what I'm doing in case these problems happen again. There you are. Yeah, okay. So let's do this first. God, is it you or the other one? Okay, no, it has to be you. This one's the empty room, right? Yeah, this is the one where they were all like... Wait, what? Wait, poison? I'm confused. Oh, I forgot to change my, I forgot to change up my, my thing, so I'm doing a little less damage, but it's fine, I'm sure. Whatever. Is it because one's holding a body and that's why it's poison? Because of, like, the dissection stuff? That might be it. Whatever. This time... Oh no, this isn't the room. How is it I forgot which room I'm supposed to be going to? Whoop. Ow. this is gonna hurt. Ow! Night Scout, you can play Elden Ring on your own time if you want, duplicate your file, play a game at your own pace, having fun, and then one day return the copy file for a lore play. Yeah, the problem is, Night Scout, you're assuming I have time for my own time. I am way lagging behind on the secondary file I already have for Elden Ring, which I'm doing for my private play. It ain't getting done. Again, all my free time goes to what I'm doing right now. Whoop. Oh my gosh. I keep on making the mistake of not using the shortcut lift. Oh my gosh. You guys are such shits. Yeah, we might have to like give up on trying to get the shots I want. Go straight for Maria. Actually, Maria's probably gonna be tomorrow because we have to first do Living Failures, right? And even if that's like a first try easy boss, like that's just more time. Like I said, Loki, you see about the volume levels? Let me double check. Let's see. Yeah, my volume is at the max it can be. And I've updated the game's audio. Again. So again, that's as loud as I'm willing to take it, because everything else you guys always tell me, it's too loud! I can't hear you! So yeah. Let's get my morning ritual out of the way. I fell, so you must too. There we go. Now, the probable answer is that I'm supposed to take it here, and that's my mistake. I could have swore, though, it was up this lift. But hey, I've misremembered things before. We go this way. Let me deal with you first. I just don't want to risk it. I have 40k on the line. Again, just one easy trip through Loran, but... Oh. Yeah, cleanse all that filth. Oh my god, you're still alive. I hear you, crows. Okay, this should be simple. I go this way, I go back. So first things first then, I guess, I'm going to try to get the shot of our little friend down there. I'll do it from the balconies and then I'll try getting closer. It doesn't matter if I use blue elixir, clearly. He's just going to appear on his own as soon as I get too close. Which again, pretty dumb. Pretty dumb, but whatever, it is what it is. I don't like this. It's okay, buddy. Keep on maniacally laughing. Yeah, something like that. Just gotta wait for the fog to disappear, right? So... Right? Oh, wait. Okay, that could work. Alrighty. Alright, just saying that's okay if you play Elden Ring the first time on your own, so you don't feel like lore play-by-play has to be present each time you... Oh, I'm not doing a lore... This isn't a lore play, by the way, guys. I'm just doing it because you guys asked the questions. This isn't at all my final thoughts on Bloodborne. Like I said, I'm still writing all the thesis and stuff. This is not... There's a reason I don't have a playlist for this, at least not yet. Because I haven't even figured out if I want to have a playlist for just these random me playing these games for the first time. I've done, like, the normal Let's Plays with, like, some of the other stuff when I'm getting, screenshots, but that's about it. This is totally, not everything's gonna be a lore play for me. Again, I also have to think about doing, like, actual video content on my channel, not stream. Bless me. Yeah, I can hear okay, but wasn't sure. The first blind playthrough is generally treasure among from fans. Don't mean to make it feel pressure by an audience when it's streamed, sorry. Oh, again, no problem. I don't care. Yeah, there's definitely... Again, I generally don't care for spoilers or blind playthroughs or stuff like that. Just generally as a general rule. Like, outside of, like, mystery settings or something, where kind of, like, again, obviously the mystery is literally the main point of the entire thing. Like, I was already spoiled by the time I actually played Elden Ring, because I've already looked through so much of its script in advance, so, like, there was no issue there. Like, it's not a problem to me. Oh. Wait. Oh. Right. I forgot you're like this. I was like, wait a second. Why is he oh, wait, we had this happen before. Alright, like I said, we're not, Okay, I'm not gonna risk it. Let's do this. Oh, boy. Let's see, what can we do with our buddy here? I should have added, oh. Oh. I mean, sure, I'm okay with that. Just give me time to add this real quick. I don't think we're gonna need Caldeon for this fight. Call it a hunch. Call it a hunch. Our buddy here seems to have already succumbed to madness. Well, we both whiffed, so you know what? I think it all balances out. Yeah, we'll get your flip-flop later. Bye, buddy. Yeah, Robin, blah, blah, blah. We don't care. What? Wait, you're immortal? Oh, okay. I'm so confused. Why are you the only one that doesn't stay dead? Like, why was this, like, this was the one that needed the crown. This one needed the Elder Scrolls crown on the NPC. Why? Lol. We haven't gone there yet, but we haven't lifted the thing, so that's fine. What's the lore on the Invisible Old Man, Loki? The lore on the Invisible Old Man is that he clearly ascended briefly for just a moment. he was like, in the moment of him firing that Gatling gun, he was like, the high, I'm in the sky, and he entered the cosmos for like a brief second. Then when I crossed the threshold of the staircase, I finally entered into his realm and brought an end and brought him back to this world. You now die as a corporeal man of flesh, a creature of base instinct. You are truly nothing. There we go. That's the lore. If you threw a pebble, could you get a photo of him from the front as he turned around and walked back to his home position? No, probably not, because the game has motion blur, and so his walking / running would mess up the shot. It'd be a blurry mess. Believe me, I try getting a lot of shots. You need a super keyframe, and I'm not willing to go through the trouble with that guy, especially considering how he might just attack me instead. Pebbles are very epic, just saying. Well, she sure can become something immortal for now, yeah. Like, you're a robin and an egg, sure. I didn't know robins were immortal. The immortal bird, I thought that'd be a phoenix. Or a golden crow. Plip, plip, plop, farming vials never stops. Plip, plop, farming vials never stops. I like that. Let's see. Okay, where the hell? Alright, we're gonna try this one last time. If not, it's possible that it's down there on that floor and I missed it. Like an idiot. Okay, so first, we're up here. And this leads up to the staircase up above, which we want to trigger. Oh. Okay. Your timings are so weird to me. You're like a cleric beast. That one I can't tell if I just missed or not, because it feels like that might have gone over his shoulder. There we go. That one didn't, though. Again, we have to go back and... Whoop! Well, whatever our big boy down there had, I think I lost it. So if he had a special key or something, well... Divided views on Murgo and Yharnam. What's the story there? It's not really a divided view, Night Scout. So let me read the full comment, though. A while back, you said even the Japanese community had some divided views on something. I think it was Murgo and Yharnam. What's the story there? The divisive issue is mostly just that the translation for where the... not necessarily the translation, but the text for the umbilical cord related to Murgo has a lot of people in the Japanese community, and I generally agree with them. That's probably a typo, and when it says, like, chance encounter with Murgo, it's meant to say Murgo's wet nurse or something to that effect. Because, again, Sophie does a great job breaking this down, because it's very clear from the environmental storytelling and everything. That's clearly that the wet nurse is the one that's in charge when it comes to Murgo and things related to her and stuff. Again, eating Murgo and all that stuff for the protection and all that and everything. So... The general understanding is, again, that Murgo, taken by Mensis probably after Yharnam is killed by Queen Killer. Who knows, maybe Queen Killer's working with Mensis or whatever. I'll do my analysis on that in the future. But the general idea is that, okay, Murgo gets taken, they do the Red Moon summoning, blah, 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 get Flora over here. Flora's like, hey, Flora doesn't come first, though. Before Flora is able to make it, basically Wet Nurse cuts in line, is like, hey, I'll take the baby off your hands. And they're like, okay, we want a brain with eyes. Okay, you want the brain with eyes? Okay, I'll give you a brain with eyes. So they give, literally, Murgo's Wet Nurse gives you the genie's treatment and gives you, literally, a brain with eyes. But it's a rotten brain with eyes made from, like, you know, corpses of, messengers and crap, right? So that doesn't go over well with Mensis and Mikolash as they try to experiment trying to get the rotten brain of Mensis to work and all that. Meanwhile, Wet Nurse is taking care of her new baby. And Murgo's being, of course, all, wah, wah, I don't like any of this, wah, constantly, right? So that's the contentious view. Because it's discussion about if there's a typo with regards to the, which doing so. Which, again, it's happened before, so it's not impossible. There's some who will instead try to, like, sort of twist it where it's like, oh, the way the wording is, you know, it's just trying to do so, which, again, you can believe or disbelieve. It's a... Again, I don't really have a strong opinion on it, on that regard. Like I said, I kind of lean on the typo thing, but I don't necessarily think... I would say it's like 100% definite. Like I said, there's also the... could be interpreted in a wider way from the way the text is wording, so it's slightly different than when it's being used to refer to, say, flora, for example. Boy. Let's see. I want to go up this way, if I recall correctly, so... Yeah. Thank you for the antidote. Yeah, you can hear, it's very subtle, Night Scout, like, it's very subtle, but, like, cut content makes it more obvious, because they actually had cutscenes where it was, like, you just outright see her, like, go, like, glump. Again, obviously, they don't show it on screen, because, you know, invisible head for the wet nurse, plus everything else, but if you listen very carefully in the wet nurse's cutscene, you hear the whole gulp. After, like, she covers up Murgo in the carriage and stuff like that. So, yeah, it's definitely there. It's just, it's super easy to miss because it's so quiet. Like, if you're not, like, you got your volume cranked up on the game, like, you're not gonna hear it. It's just so... And you see, like, the slight, like, head and mouth movement, kind of, when it does it, too. So it's, like... You can tell, again, Miyazaki, it's clear, like, again, it's one of those Miyazaki things where Miyazaki's like, that kind of doesn't seem subtle enough. So you see the original, like, cut scene, right? And then they scale it back, and they scale it back, and they scale it back until what we get in the final game, which is just super, super easy to miss, like, blink and you miss it kind of detail. What are the Japanese typos that have happened before? I don't want to list them off the top of my head because, again, like, goldfish memory. I go over one of them in my Havel decoding, though, so like that one's a good example there, and like a few others like it throughout all the games. Again, I could count them on like my hands. It's very rare. Like I think I've only counted about like 6 or 7 maybe at most. But like yeah, they do exist. God, I hate stairs. I hate stairs so much. Of course. Oh. Wait, but you live? Oh my god, that is so dumb. That is so dumb! We're never getting out of this research hall. Get over here, you stupid piece of shit. I hate you so much. All this just... I honestly don't need the extra echoes, but I have a vendetta against this guy. I just want to visceral him. Thank you. What? The game robbed me of my visceral. Oh my god. This is the one thing I don't like about visceral attacks. For some reason, here in the research hall, I've had so many failed attempts. For I don't know why. The game has a weird thing connecting them here. Everywhere else, I've never had a trouble with the visceral attack, besides stairs. Stairs, for some reason, at different elevations, the game just doesn't know how to register it. I don't understand how, but whatever. From Software and their stupid spaghetti code. Again, no reason I shouldn't be doing 3 damage. I gotta correct my, my stuff there. Gotta correct my gems. Yeah, but this is not... Yeah, this isn't what we want. Is it lower down then? Did I make a mistake? It's possible. Let's see. So this is where Gatling Boy would be. Let's go down here. Okay. There you go. He's dead. Yeah, give me those Quicksilver bullets. I deserve it. Yeah, yeah, I hear you. Plip, plip, plop. Not that floor. Has to be that floor, then. Right? Hmm. Huh. Yeah, there's nothing else here. So it has to be the floor without the... Maybe going up the elevator is the mistake. I'm not supposed to go up the elevator. I'm supposed to just... Oh, oh, this is awkward. Did you ever mess with the blocking of links? Blocking of links? Oh, blocking links is in adding links to the chat and stuff like that? I haven't messed with it, I don't think. Maybe since, like, when I first set up streams. Mostly because, especially with, like, the sex bot that occasionally comes in here and stuff, the less links getting dropped in that are dicey, the better, probably. Let's see. Okay, how about this? Okay, now this takes us up. Oh, you know what? I think I figured it out. Is this it? Is this my mistake? I'm supposed to leave the room and then go this way? No. Go up the stairs, then down. Okay, I think I remember. Okay, I think I figured it out. Now I remember. We go here, and then this loops around. Right? No, this is what we've already... Oh my god. I am so lost, chat. I don't know how I found the stupid room with all the heads before. Might need to ask you guys for directions, if you guys remember. Because I certainly don't, clearly. Oh, no, wait, but I'm doing this wrong. Because I'm doing this after I already raised. Let's see. Rotating stairs might be ruining the visceral. ALA, the ruin backstabs on the Anor Londo rotating platforms in Dark Souls 1. Again, it happens not just with the rotating stairs, it happens with stairs in general. It's ruined my stuff so many times. But for whatever reason, on that flat platform there, I've been robbed of it so many times. I don't know why. It's such a weird little thing that I've had for only this area. I don't know if it's like I'm being slightly too fast. I'm just hitting it slightly too early, maybe. And I've never done that before. That's possible. Maybe I'm just rushing as I've gotten so good at viscerals. I guess. That's like the only justification I can come up with for it. Because I really don't get it. Yeah, I don't see anything else here that gets to the other side that I want. It's not this. Maybe this? No, it's not this. It's definitely not this. It was higher up for sure. Gosh. Go away. Whatever, we're raising the platform, we're doing this. I'm tired of trying to find this. I'm gonna look back at the VOD and be like, oh my god, that was so simple. How did I forget that? But then I'm like, oh yeah, it's me. I don't know how I remember anything. Ooh. Let's just do the Adeline raise. You done here, buddies? Do you do this stuff as your full-time job? This? No. It's not full-time. Of course not. Like I said, most of my free time, though, does go to this. Outside of, like, you know, special events or something like that. Ugh, this happens every time taking a long break from the game, or first time in this area, a bit annoying. Yeah, I don't know what it is, but it frustrates me to no end. Okay, yeah, let's just go back up. Let's bring this back down in case. I find it funny, though, this is the area that gets me lost compared to so many other areas I've been to in these games. Like, this is the one where I'm like, okay, I have no idea where the hell I can get back to that area I was at before. Like, 5 seconds ago. Wait. 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 Wait a second. Wait a moment. Wait just a gosh darn second here. Ah! Ugh. Yeah, I want to hit you so hard. Hey, buddy. Whew. Oh, I found it. I was looking for a staircase. I should have been looking for the platform. There we go. Okay, let's take a look at these very quickly while we have a chance. Ugly. Eh. This looks good. Yeah, I think I like the darker one best. Okay, we're good. There we go. There we go. Alright, we're done. That's all I wanted. Whew! All that for those shots. Well, it's done now. Now I have no regrets. Let's raise this thing and go straight for living failures, because I want something to beat up besides myself as a failure. Ay, ay, ay. Isn't the Black Sky Eye in this area and the locked door downstairs? I have no idea. I'll probably find it and grab it, but that's for future Loki to worry about. Present day Loki, he's just concerned about. There we go. This shit. Oh, okay. Okay. Really can't have any fun with you guys, huh? Take that, you frickin' pleb. Ay, ay, ay. Okay, I don't think we can reverse this either, so... If I have any regrets... There we go. Obviously, it's not even going to help us with the boss fight for living failure, so... There we go. In case it's needed. God, you guys have eaten so many corpses. Also, wait a second. Did that crow just bleed white feathers? A black crow with white feathers. Tell me I saw that wrong. Tell me that's just like a reflection doing weird shit. Yeah, splish splash, whatever. Oh my god, you're immortal too. Okay. Whatever, fine, sure, I guess. Yeah, you know, that looks like white feathers to me. The hell? Is that unique to them, or have they always done that? Wait, I actually have to study this. Give me a second. We're turning on this for a brief moment, and... Let's see if we can prevent this guy from getting aggroed. Come on. Yeah, I think that's a good... Yeah, I think that works. God, these guys see you so easily. Gosh, can't you be like Dark Souls enemies and be like, gosh, where did he go? I'm so confused. Maybe this will help. I don't think so. No. I see white feathers on the ends. I think that might be it. But is that unique to these guys? We have to test this real quick. This has guidance too. This might actually help further explain the guidance rune that this one's gotten. So for the person who's asking why this crow makes no sense, I think the crow does make perfect sense here. The idea, of course, is that they're carrion crows. The reason why they can't fly, the reason why they just kind of move on their bellies and glide is because, as you can see from inside their mouths, they are literally filled to the brim with carrion that they devour. So they've eaten all the corpses down to the bone. So they are so fat, so heavy from all the shit in their bodies, their stomachs, up their gullet, that they're basically like, ugh, I can't fly anymore, I crawl. This is why it's very useful for lore. So, for example, if you see a bunch of them on roofs, well, you're like, well, they can't fly onto those roofs. So that means there were corpses that died, or people that became corpses that got eaten on those rooftops, such as, say, Iosefka's clinic, which is relevant to when I talk about Iosefka's clinic in my choir analysis. So stuff like that is very useful. So the point is that there were a lot of corpses up here. Obviously, we see a bunch of them surrounding one of these corpses that they want to eat. So that's interesting. Now, my question is, these white feathers, is that true on the original model? Or is it much like the rat, and there's a unique little quality being added to these? I actually don't know. Feathers on the inside! By the way, you asked about the chord locations earlier. They're the Real Workshop, Fake Iosefka, Ariana's Infant, and Murgo's Wet Nurse / Murgo. So, Ariana's right, the infant. That's the one. Okay, that's the fourth one. Okay, I'm like, did Bergenworth make one? No, I think they just made the notes, right? Because they failed in their experience. I'm like, I don't recall. I know that the fake Yosefka succeeds, but it's like, wait, what? Like, okay, no, it's the. Yeah, okay, thank you so much. It's freaking the prostitutes, baby, with Odin. That's what I'm forgetting. Good. This started out with Rafter Rats and returns to Rafter Rats. Very true. Loki now has to write a new article on immortal severed heads and pale blood crows. This is also accurate. Bird dog or dog bird? Asking the real questions. I hate them both. Anything that involves a dog in From Software games deserves the guillotine. Hehehe. Ass. Oh. There we go. I just gotta say, what patients are coming all the way up here? Clearly there's something wrong with the world. Having patients running the asylum. Tisk, tisk, tisk. I keep forgetting. I keep thinking this is Dark Souls 2, where if I go down the ladder, it's going to bleed my ears. Oh! Right, because we moved it. That's an interesting way to change things up. Was this? I was actually wondering if there was going to be, like, a secret thing that could open here, but no, this is, just a wall. Thank you. Oh. New area. Oh. Yeah, we have to check the crows now. Make sure if they have white feathers too when they do this shit. If not, very relevant information. Were they surrounding? I'm not gonna loot that chest because, I'm sure. Oh, is this Night Sky Eye? Is this where the Night Sky Eye is? I wouldn't be surprised. If that would explain why the crows are going there, because they want the eyes! They're tired of accidentally eating pebbles which look like eyes. Yeah, and you have, like, the... Yeah, okay. We want to come back to this spot in the future with the crows still alive and me not aggroing them. Okay, so how do we get back here? Oh, just instantly spawn that stuff in. Gotcha. Okay, not that hard, actually. It's basically the same way up. If we take all the lifts... So we take the lift up to the researchers in the wheelchairs, go out and go around, and then go up and then back down. Like, okay, that's easy enough to remember. Well, you just have to go up the lifts. You should have seen pre-nerf bleed dogs. Listen, I hate all dogs. I hate all dogs in FromSoft games. Dogs in real life, they're adorable. I love them to death. They're wonderful. Greatest invention by the Lord. Dogs in the FromSoft games, they're Satan incarnate. They should be burned at the stake. Can you get one of their heads as a hat? The patients? Yes, I think you can. Though I don't remember where you receive it from. Aren't the pebbles just dried out eyes? No, they're actual legitimate stones. It's one of those cases where it's like, hey, it's an actual pebble, and we can kind of just, like, toss a little stone. But hey, this pebble happens to look like an eye, so we can have stuff like the crows eat them. Why? Because they look like eyes. Hey, why does this, I don't know, Bergenworth, person who turned into a monstrosity have it? Oh, because it looks like an eyes, and Bergenworth's all about, like, eyes with it. Like, you could, it's something that's easily applicable, because you could be like, oh, it's just because it's a stone, right? Like, oh, why do, like, random, like, Yarnet mobbers have it? Oh, because, they're using anything they can get, and they're even willing to use a stone. There we go. Can we just open this? We can. And I've said before, it doesn't matter that. Okay, so how much damage am I costing myself? You know what? I don't care. I wanna redo. Yeah, I just want to go back to home base. Want to go back to home base, properly set up my kit so we can do this fight. Thoughts on the Sentient Crow in Hemwick Charnel Lane? The Sentient Crow? Which one's the Sentient Crow? Out of curiosity. I recall, like, a bunch of crows in one area where they're all, like, packed together, but that's about it.
Oh, hello.
I knew you would appear as soon as I moved the thing.
Sight, is it?
Yeah, blah, blah, we know all know. Well, we gotta go kill Maria. It's the real secret there. Alright, let's get prepared. They literally did thousands of damage per second. Oh, who did thousands of damage per second? I seem to have lost the plot on what we were talking about. Ooh. Yeah, nothing here. We don't need to get the level up, and probably, we'll get enough for a level up once we do the boss. That's cool. Let's get the bolt paper in advance, because we're going to be using it for this fight. Alright, so what do we want to use for this fight? Like I said, I'm not going to care about items and stuff. Let's just do the boss. Maybe do Maria, and then we'll go back through here one last time with the new layout afterwards. You know what? We're not even going to do Maria. We'll just take it. We'll end the shot on Maria, so the thumbnail's not technically wrong. Bolt paper, because, man, I'm tired, and we've been going on pretty long for this one. Let's see. Bolt paper, anything else I want to use for this fight? Nah, not really. Let's reformat our stuff so we have as much damage against kin as possible. Yep. Beast down. Uh, 94k. Nothing else to spend. Anything else that we would want to use for this? I think we're good. Yeah, I got 3 here. Call Beyond. Yeah, I don't think any of my kin stuff's gonna work on that, so my arcane build's gonna be useless. Gotta rely on my dex. Okay. We'll do that because we want to have normal whip, faster attacks. Okay, yeah, let's go back. But first we will test regular crows. A good example of this should be Central Yarnum. Oh, speak of the devil, yeah, there's the stupid bot. Hide user on this channel. Port. Unwanted commercial content or spam. Also, did you want strength levels for wielding Holy Moonlight Sword? Yes, that's exactly what I'm going for, Night Scout. Oh gosh, there's so much stuff. I think I have to scroll up quickly for you guys. Thoughts on the Sentient Crow? They literally did, she's victorious. Maybe not sentient, just friendly. I'll be honest, I don't know that there's a friendly crow in Hemwick Charnel Lane. I'll have to double check that. I think you once mentioned in an article that maybe in some cases it's repurposed as an actual messed up eye, akin to Dark Souls 1 cases where some gears are meant to be exact, just close enough. Yeah, that's the point, right? Like, the way I analogize this is to my own life experience as a child. I, as a kid, had a giant playroom. Like, I'm talking, like, about, like, I want to say something like 10 meters by 10 meters as far as size goes for playrooms. And it was this nice big playroom, and I basically had a lot of things. I had Legos, Lincoln Logs, blocks, like, just tons of different stuff. Bunch, like, old, like, classic stuff, some stuff that's, like, you know, corporate commercialized crap. Like, tons of different things. Actually, it's probably faster if I go up here, so let's do that. I've already done it, so might as well. Anyway, the point is that, I had a bunch of toys and things, right? And when I was a kid, I used to play a lot. So I used to, like, take all my Legos sets, I would take all my different action figures and toys and dolls or whatever it was, and I would start setting up these big battles. Because, you know, I'm a boy. I like to have, I like to do, like, big war scenarios and shit like that. So I'm like turning all these different characters, like my Buzz Lightyear's gonna be like, oh, he's the dark envoy of, I don't know, like Darth Scourge or something like that, right? Like, because let's say like I'm just doing like a Star Wars like fan fiction scenario or something, right? And like I'm gonna have the battle droid Legos things there, and then I'm gonna like this laundry basket. It's flipped upside down because it kind of looks like almost like a building with little slits for windows and stuff. So I'm gonna imagine that's gonna be the Senate Tower, and then maybe another day it's gonna be like a power generator, and maybe another day it's gonna be something else, right? So that's just me playing around, taking different things which were clearly designed for something else, but with a little imagination, you're able to kind of reimagine them as, okay, they function in this role. And that's how I analogize Miyazaki when he's designing things. He talks to his concept artists, right? The concept artists give him shit. He doesn't always direct everything they do. Gaping Dragon's a good example of this. He didn't specifically say, hey, I want Gaping Dragon. He was just talking about the dragons, giving examples of this stuff, and then he sort of gave as an example Appetite as the type of ways that life sort of corrupted these ancient creatures of stone, right, with the introduction of disparity in the soul, and then, like, the artist comes back with Gaping Dragon, and it became one of Miyazaki's favorite designs, and obviously he creates new lore now to try to, he has to find a way now to fit that into the game, right? So he's kind of got to retrofit it. Or sometimes say Sullivan. Sullivan was the original final boss, he was a Lord of Cinder, blah, 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 and then they sort of repurposed him into the character of Sullivan, where the original character of Sullivan, which was Aldrich, was split into the two characters we have now between Aldrich and Sully. And the idea is that, okay, there's a lot of inconsistencies, for example, with Sully's design that you're like, does that really make sense? Like, why has he got no shoes? Like, so, like, you can kind of rationalize some stuff, but not all of it, right? And it's just one of those things where you kind of have to accept, okay, this is where Miyazaki sort of, like, mixing and matching different things that they've created for other things, and in order to try to get an intended impression, at least in the general sense, over to you. And the idea with the concept of recontextualization, as I talk about, is, for example, as I always like to bring up, the five-legged Bivol, purging stones are connected to, like, Earl Arstor and, like, these terrible rituals and all these things, but we also collect them from the five-legged Bivols, or as the English calls them, the clams. These look like pretty, I don't know, do they have the same white feathers? I'm not seeing it as much. I can't... yeah, I think it's still there. But they have black feathers, clearly, when they fly. The other ones have white feathers. Ooh. Ooh. That's interesting, chat. You know that has to be intentional. There's no way they could have accidentally made a mistake there, because it's just a copy-paste job. Someone had to actually physically change that. Ooh. That's interesting. I'm gonna have to keep that in mind for the future, for my Healing Church thesis. Anyway, so the point is that, like, stuff like, for example, the five-legged Bivols, the purging stones are essentially thrown over to, onto the, that enemy in order to represent the idea of, well, what is a bivalve, where the name comes from, a bivalve mollusk do. It takes a grain of sand, puts it, that gets caught in its, mouth, and then it starts creating layers of crystal lacquer. Again, crystal, mineral, very important detail there. And adds layer upon layer until it creates a pearl. So you apply that concept now to a person. What happens if a person gets in a giant five-legged bivalve's mouth? Okay, well, the same mineralization process is going to occur, and it's going to now, what's it going to pump out? Well, a purging stone, because a purging stone, again, much like with Arstor's case, something where you, instead of using a ritual to turn a person into a stone, which you can then use to kind of transfer a curse rather easily into, because, hey, it's just a person converted into a little tiny rock, essentially, their essence, their soul. In the case of the five-legged bivalves, they just naturally make something akin to that, and it's close enough, right? Like, they're not going to make a new item, a new graphic with a new lore text attached to it necessarily. Now, we do see a little bit of that in, say, Dark Souls 3, right? With, like, sorry, not Dark Souls 3, Bloodborne, with, like, the different umbilical cords. Like, they're each individually given their own lore text. But as we can see, Miyazaki very rarely does this. It's not a very common feature in the From Software games, even with the later ones. So it's something that we don't often see. I should do this while I'm here. Oh. Whoopsie. That's a waste. Whatever, we'll do it later. Just I gotta remember Duke Gilbert before I fight Gurman. Anyway, just wanted to kind of point that out to there. If I recall correctly, you know, the Chain Prisoner's chainmail drops is the real guy probably didn't have that. It's just a sheer chain stuck via glue. Yeah, that's a good example. That's a really good example. Like, again, like, the point is, like, he's wrapped in chains, so you get chainmail. Or, like, when you defeat the blue Cathedral of the Deep People, and you still get the red robes, right? Well, the idea is you get the robes, but they didn't create a blue model, and they didn't create a separate item where, just for the blue model. Obviously, if this was Elden Ring, they probably would, because it would be like, hey, we can use a sewing kit, so suddenly the blue robes become red robes, or some shit. Guess Bach is gonna be extra busy, but, like, yeah, that's the point, right? Like, you take stuff, and you work with your limited assets to make it something else. You try to convey it as something else. And that's something that's a very important thing where, yes, it requires a little imagination on the player's part, but it's something that you can understand, oh, this is what the developers are trying to tell you. Another good example of this is in Demon Souls with Uria's set, which again is specific to Uria, but it's reused in the Valley of Defilement for the big butcher lady there. Because, well, when you look at Uria's set, divorced from the context of her being a witch and her lore text and all that, it's just a bunch of patched up patchwork, you know, like rough, raggedy clothes, which is perfectly fitting for someone living in the Valley of Defilement. So, of course, you could just reuse that asset without much trouble. And that's sort of the, again, stuff like that. That's where I talk about recontextualization, of taking an item which has a specific purpose listed in the lore text, and the lore text isn't necessarily being, it has to be kind of bent or ignored for the purposes of the analysis. Like, it's not the primary factor with which you should be looking at, because it's clearly, it doesn't make sense in that case if you're trying to make it work with the lore text. That's clearly not the developer's intention. And again, that's a case-by-case basis you have to look at something for. Anyway, let's keep on going back to Research Hall. Via's bots found the stream. Look, lol. I know for a fact, I think it's just a, there's a friendly, I don't know what you know for, oh no, bot time, I know for a fact. Lol, Cherry Blue. Okay, I-Man, there's a friendly Carrion Crow in Hemwick Journal. Oh, yeah, we talked about that one. In the area with the lift shortcut back to the lamp. So, near where all the other ones are, I don't recall any of them being, you know, maybe I did. Maybe I did find a friendly one, or maybe I thought maybe his AI was broken or something. It was a hunter that was cursed by the witches to live as a crow. I like that theory. Is that real lore, I-Man? No, there's no basis to that, but it's funny. It's funny to think about. I believe it, I-Man. I believe. Its name is Eileen the Crow. The secret Eileen lore. There's two Eileens. She's actually secretly from the Elden Ring universe. Why does he have no shoes? Bro, that's a comment you can make for half the characters from Dark Souls 1 onward. That is also true. Lighting could be different between the spots. Yeah, that's the thing I was thinking about with the thing. But the actual, like, feathers that you see when they fall, they definitely look white versus black. So the biggest thing I think would be is if I could have someone if I could ask like Sandisk or someone to like isolate the models in like a gray area, and we can look at them individually without any like special lighting differences or anything, and then we could confirm, okay, is it lighting or is it those are actually just white feathers? That's very interesting if it is that they actually physically change that, because then yeah. That could tie into the guidance rune, like the idea of the bodies being eaten. It makes the crows themselves more arcane compared to, say, the standard crows we find throughout Yharnam. That's a very interesting concept to explore. Okay, more bodies. Kin Coldblood. Oh right, I forgot. Almost forgot. The water's poison. God, all these rotting bodies in here. I wonder why. How could it all be poisoned? There are no diseases in corpses when they're put in contact with water. Blasphemy. Thank you. I need some blue elixirs back anyway. Bird dogs were abominations. Failed experiment in the process of perfecting Eileen the Crow. I love this. When invaders know what an Ethernet cable is by guiding moonlight. Oh, that's so true. You get Ingward's robes with great poison resistance, yet you're running through Blighttown Swamp with your bare feet. Big freaking robes with no cobblers or socks in sight. Same thing with, like, Quailana set, right? Like, that one doesn't have any feet foot, and yet it's supposed to be good for going through, like, various hazards like Poison Swamp. So it's like, goodness me. The early Age of Ancient, the early, like, pre-Lord Soul era was, must have been quite the time, just walking around barefoot, and yet that was the best way to not get poisoned, apparently. Sorry. The thing we were talking about earlier was Bleed Dogs, the mechanic that stopped hits hitting multiple times and instance didn't work. Oh my... Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, okay. Is an instance that didn't work and it resulted in 1,000 or 1,100 or so, 11,000 or so DPS. Was that for Bloodborne? I can't remember if it was Bloodborne or DS3. I have to imagine you're talking about Bloodborne then. God, if that was in Bloodborne, what the hell? That's dumb. By the way, thanks for the info about the Cleric Bee / Lawrence aura being to heal limbs. Does Amelia do that too? Yeah, I forget who brought that. Oh, Xavier brought that up. That's right. Does Amelia do that too? I think so. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if her healing ability also heals her limbs, right? Limbs is such a weird thing because it's such a subtle mechanic that you can very easily not even know it exists. Okay, so, yeah, we want to go this way. Yeah, I hear you plip-plopping. Alright. Alright, chat. Let's see if I can first try. Uh-huh. So 256, gotcha. Oh. 312, yeah, that's nice. I'll take that. Woo! So as we can see, patients are doing great. Wonderful future they have to look forward to. Getting planted. Turning into a bunch of flowers. That's the successful ones. What's with all this glintstone sorcery, bud? No. Ouch. Oh, sorry, buddy. Oh. It's the same direction every time, right? Yeah. Oh, new one. New album just dropped, huh? God, can I, like, isolate one of you people? Can you all not be crowding around each other like this? Oh my god, you are so obnoxious. Oh, I might... Woo! God, almost died to this boss because of them all crowding together. That's almost embarrassing. Stop it. Okay. Whoop. Just shot. There we go. Oh, that is so dumb. Other one respawns in the middle of that? Like, what is this? Alright. There we go. Boss dead. Woo! Boss down. Alright, let's look at our starflower tree. Yeah, we want to do this. Let's do it from the other angle now. Try to get the cathedral out of the way of the shot because, yeah, you're kind of distracting. Hello? How did I get this angle before? Oh, here. Yeah, okay. Actually, prefer this shot. There we go. Now, if I'm correct... Now, this bridge is obviously not accurate to the one we see in the real world. Or, I think, even down below, if we get down to that garden. Look at that! We can see more ocean. How nice. Anyway. Clock tower? Clock tower? Clock... No, not you. You're not the... Why do I hear the tower? Stupid clock. Yeah, I can't even see if the clock tower is actually up there properly. Yeah, can't really see. Can't move the camera up high enough. Well. Oh. Gotta stop making that mistake. That's a waste of my... Waste of some perfectly good, bolt paper. Yeah, look! God, I wonder what causes these star flowers to bloom. Gee whiz. I heard your call. Why them flowers moving around? Well, they're technically spawned from people. Also, you know, wind, plants, you know how those work. Where have all these Estelle gone? Long time passing. They've gone to graveyards, everyone. 2 questions, Loki. 1, do you think the Starflower Garden really exists atop the actual clock tower? Yes. Yes, it's very clear. Okay, so it's very clear. The idea is the research hall experiments, what we see with the patients is like the proto-bloat heads we see in the choir making, right? So the choir, again, the idea is that the healing church is trying to recreate the experiments of Iz, because Iz did the same thing with the bloat heads, right? We see the same enemies in these Chalice dungeons. Now, obviously, DLC didn't exist yet, so they didn't have these guys to put in the Chalice dungeons, but we see the refined product. So these are like the prototypes, right? Then we see the choir refines them so they get to the exact same specifications to what Iz was creating, right? With celestial emissaries and all that. And we can even see, of course, the celestial emissary boss in the fight with their own starflower garden down below. But the point is that, again, we don't know if this flower garden still exists in the present day. But in the past, it's clear the idea was, okay, we experiment on these guys, and when we get it right, i.e. the quote-unquote living failures, we'll put them out here and we'll plant them. Now, as the Living Failures boss shows, they're still failures. They aren't celestial emissaries. They have some connection to the stars, but all it does is summon meteors because the Great Ones are saying, go away. They're like, listen, we get you're trying to contact us. We aren't interested. Go away. Compared to, say, Celestial Emissary, who's like, Humbaya, I shall pray, and the gods shall answer. Because, again, the Celestial Emissary is an emissary, a messenger from the star world, right? The idea is that the Great Ones properly answer that one and put, like, again, we see with the seed bed, the idea of a phantasm inside the bloat heads, and that one causes them to start getting, like, the little tendrils and shit that grow out, and causes that one to grow so big suddenly, right? And you get the idea. So yeah, all of that's, like, 100% intentional. Like, this definitely existed. This isn't, like, part of, like, Maria's punishment or anything like that. Huh, that could work. Again, I rather not have the Nightmare Cathedral in here, so when I do the shot, we could just focus on, hey, as if this was the real cathedral. Uh, 2. I felt Maria probably wore her hunter garb while still at the clock tower to be on the job if someone went berserk and turned beastly. Also based on how her corpse is dressed. Probably not. I would disagree. It's very clear that Maria, when she threw her Rakuyo down the well, she put hunting behind her. Like, the events of the fishing hamlet really shook her to her core. And again, the Maria we see portrayed here, she's not someone who gets rid of the patients. She's someone who stands there, holds their hands, talks to them, comforts them. Again, it's a very different Maria from Hunter Maria, and the one we of course see here. So again, I don't think she wore her clothes. I think she probably just wore the doll set. Hence why I think there was a spare set that Gurman was making and stuff like that. Honestly, I think that's probably the justification. Good details on the bones here. Do you think Koss made the living failures what they are, and in the real world they just were dead normal people? No. Again, all of this, it seems that Koss's curse for Maria, as I go over my Maria post, is very simply in my Maria analysis, is very simply, it's like, hey Maria, I'm gonna recreate this traumatic event that you committed suicide to escape from, and this time you're not going to be able to actually comfort those people. So you can't even give them the small mercy of that. You're just going to have to listen to their screams and cries while you sit here as my guard to the fishing hamlet, right? That seems to be her curse. She can go inside the fishing hamlet, it seems. We see with the grave and the starflower left there. But she can't actually escape and come in here or do anything. And as we can see, even when she, quote-unquote, breaks free long enough to kill herself, it doesn't work, because you can't escape the nightmare that way. It seems you need, if you can't escape the nightmare at all through some other means, it has to be from, say, an outside force like us killing her. And, well, she doesn't have confidence in anyone killing her. Her skills are, quite crazy. Post-Hamlet, Maria still has the choir as her boss, and there's a corpse has the choir as her boss? Post-Hamlet Maria, there is no choir at that point, the Night Scout. Choir doesn't exist yet. Choir doesn't exist until post Research Hall. The Research Hall is the reason why there were orphans for the choir to be constituted subsequently. Like, the Healing Church experimented on all the parents. Suddenly there's all these kids without parents, thanks to, you know, well, as we can see, what happened to all the parents. And then the church is like, never lets go of a good opportunity. They're like, hey, we'll take the kids, we'll take care of them, this will be great PR. Also, we'll secretly brainwash them to become a bunch of psychopathic research assistants. And then, oops, our research assistants decide they want to be the research masters. Well, we are being strung by our own petard. Well, you know, Lawrence and company, you deserve it. Well, again, Lawrence wasn't around at that point, but you get what I mean. Like, the Healing Church is just, they're all awful. They're all awful people, and the church just gets progressively worse. Hence why I wondered if it was Gurman who picked the plain doll's distinctly non-Hunter or Canehurst themed clothes. Yeah, I could get why that idea would creep in. Also, I meant that the Healing Church lists Bergworth, etc. as Maria's. Yeah, okay, yeah, just want to, yeah, okay, that makes more sense. But yeah, not choir. More like choir as in upper echelons. I get you. Okay. We're going to end this here once we open this gate, because I think we got the key already, right? So let's do this. Yeah, let's get a shot from back here, just to... Thank you. Oh my. Ew, my... I like that. Do I need to turn off the environment? Okay. Okay, let's get my level up in, open the doors, say hi to Maria real quick. And then we'll end the stream and we'll start next one with an actual Maria fight. Who are orphans? Orphans are just orphans. They're random poor kids of Yharnam, which were scooped up by the church after the Research Hall experiments, and they decided, okay, we're gonna turn the Research Hall into this quote-unquote orphanage, which is why the orphanage building exists. And it's like, okay, great excuse to be able to cover your asses for, you know, siphoning out the population for even more heinous experiments than just, you know, beast research, which is already pretty freaking awful. Like, god dang, like, imagine if Lawrence and company were brought up on, like, a Nuremberg tribunal. Like, oh boy, I think the world of Bloodborne would have quite a few rules being laid down after what happens in Yharnam. Just get the feeling. Get the feeling the world might not be ready for Lawrence and the Healing Church's enlightened perspective. Okay, come on, we have to have... we got some Kin Coldblood. Ah, it's not enough! It's not enough! Okay, we'll solve this real quickly. Loran! Right. You see what, like 165k or something? That should be enough. When even someone like possibly Amelia, who you fought earlier, is a cane sword wielding Black Sky, it feels like the Healing Church of Bergenworth would allow no non-violent jobs. Even Mikolash. Well, again, even Mikolash of all people knew Augur and a call beyond to Pakawala. Well, keep in mind, like, Mikolash is like doing a lot of studies in the Nightmare. It doesn't necessarily reflect what he knew before then, but the thing with Maria and stuff like that is that, as we can see, the church hunters, the people there, sure, they can fight. The thing I'm trying to say is, not sure if Maria's needed for the fight, and or is willing to do so. Because again, that's the big thing. Maria is heartbroken at this point. The only reason she's helping with the research hall experiments is because, again, she's not hunting anymore. She refuses to do the hunt. She's given up on that, and she's miserable. Her idol, the person she loves more than anything else, is not the person she thought he was. He's not. Yeah, he's kind of awful, like Lawrence. All right, buddy. I love you. Oh. Oh, I messed up. Ouch. Honestly, I deserve this death. I messed that up. That was an easy backstab. Alright. Don't even need to worry about these guys. Come on, come down, boys. Come on, Three Stooges. There we go. Alright. Gotta be a little farther away for you because you ducked. Thank you. Thank you. Excuse me. There we go. Come on, buddy. I think that should be enough, but just for good measure, we'll kill you. There we go. Wait a second. There we go. Isn't there a custom dungeon that gives you thousands of echoes? Yes, I just haven't set it up. I'm not interested in the cum dungeon. That oh so horribly named dungeon shall not be used. Plus, it's easy enough to farm in this game as it is. Like, you really don't need it. It's only if you really want to, like, fast-track it. Just a guy that even if Maria's scarred, she's probably be expected to kill a beast outpatient if she went that job at all. Lawrence is a prick, even kills his own gods and all. Well, again, Lawrence is also friends with Gehrman and all that, so, like, again, like, just... Again, the point with Maria is that she's in charge. She lives out in the clock tower and stuff, manages things, again, comforts the patients. Again, I don't think she's just in a position where she's going to be fighting anything. Because, again, as we see from what happens, the worst thing is that the patients kind of go crazy, and they kind of have to, like, you know, like, staple them down and shit. As we could see with the other church hunters, the black church hunter there, the wheelchair guys there, who, again, they're also former hunters, etc. I think they've got it covered. I really don't think Maria needed to worry about fighting there, especially if she doesn't want to. And again, there's again the question, she threw away her weapon. So like, what's she gonna use? The surgery knife? Let's see. Yeah, okay. Let's go see Maria now. Speaking of. Got everything I wanted. Is there anything that matters now going forward with these? I don't think any of the enemies in the fishing hamlet count as kin, right? So I think it's fine if we keep Beast down. Or Kin down, but I'm not sure. I think some of them might be kin, so let's just buy the stuff we're missing. We'll call it a day. Yeah, oh god, we're running out. We're starting to burn on our little blood vials. Our flasks, our bottles of blood. All right, let's go say hi to Maria. Remember, tree panning. I will remember, Xavier. Thank you so much. I'm gonna have to look that up and keep that noted in the Healing Church outline I got. I forgot that was what it was called. Yeah, I can imagine that. Let's see. Open the door. Yeah, okay, we got the clock tower key. I was like, I'm pretty sure the boss gives it to you automatically. There we go, guys. Oh no. Oh no, there's no floor. Gotta love the bright lights. Poor Maria. Little picture of good old Lawrence Gurman and the Orphan of Kos there. Maria ain't too happy about that, huh? Alright, guys. We've now had fun inspecting at her, she's just sleeping. So, it's just an act. Ignore all the blood. That's, you know, she just drank a lot, okay? You know, she spills when she drinks. That's what we're gonna call it today, chat. It's been an extra long one. Ah, I'm so tired. I'm gonna, like, hit the bed right away. So, great seeing you guys. Ooh, some last stuff from Light Scout. Final thought. If centipedes are the real mark of the beastly pox, do Kos's parasites mean she might not be truly a great one either? Are beast the great ones really just... There's levels to great ones. Obviously, Ebrietas, Kos, great ones who are who transformed on this plane are obviously lesser than, say, those who are, like Flora and the Wet Nurse and stuff who are in the stars. We also get the idea, of course, of, like, some kind of in-between type of deal. I talked about this last time with the amygdalas being, or amygdalas, I forget how it's supposed to be pronounced. How they are, actually, yeah, I think it's amygdala. It's amygdala. Yeah, I think Patches says amygdala. Anyway, the point is that the amygdalas, they're kind of like almost kind of like an angel. I think someone in chat said when I explained it, sort of like a mediator, a go-between, like kind of like be like, oh, okay, this is supposed to go in this realm and this goes in that realm, and like we're just kind of like agents on behalf of some other great ones or something like that. So there is a hierarchy to great ones, right? Like it's not like all great ones are equal, right? But again, the term, the Japanese text actually refers to them as various beings, right? Like they're numerous. There's a bunch of differences like between them. They're not all the same. Like they're not all uniform. We just refer to them as the, you know, the great ones or the higher ones because they are so much more advanced and above us. In comparison, right? And then you get to the idea of their kin, right? That's sort of the proof of there's a scale to it. Like, Rom is supposed to be, like, on that precipice because she has quote-unquote kin blood, even though she's considered a great one. So it's like, it's one, and again, like, everything in the game, again, recognizes her as a great one. But again, she isn't someone who's like, oh, she is super, super advanced on here. Like, she's not, like, on the same level of, like, say, Flora or something. anyway, I'm gonna end it here. We're gonna do so. I can keep going and we're going, but like we want to stop this here. So bye, guys. It was great chatting with you. Always happy to have all these people who watch me as I go through this, especially on my first playthrough and all that. Having a lot of fun with this game. Really enjoying it. Really enjoying the questions. Really enjoying everything you guys do and stuff like that. It's, again, like I said, been a really long one. I'm tired. I'm rambling. Bye bye.